lean, think you saved the head, so spinning. She love free fast, so nice, I'm grinning. The bitch so fine, on my ridiculous. Man's a lean for the paper chase. Music scene is my saving grace, so spinning. I lost my mind, I'm fine, I'm living. You touch my bro, spill wine, you're tripping.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. We are back for another live stream. Back for another video. And yeah, fuck Barcelona. And everything that they stand for. I can't be bothered, bruv. I saw in the comment section as well. Who said it? This was it. Lewis was so confident in yesterday's stream that that Raphinha deal was coming. Bruv, it didn't make sense that these guys could go for Lewandowski and go for Raphinha. And it actually looked like they weren't going to reach the valuation. But here we are, innit? Here we are. Guys, smash the like button. Like we already said, 1 like equals 1 fuck Barcelona. So, guys, if that isn't enough for you lot to run the likes up, I don't know what is. We're going to go solo for, like, the first 30 minutes. And then I'm going to throw the link out to everyone else. I know you guys said you did want to see me start these streams solo a little bit more. So I'm going to test it out a little bit and see how it goes. But yeah, we'll talk about this Raphinha situation, how we've just waffled and wasted our time for the last month or so. We'll go into the Raphinha situation. I'll talk about Lewandowski as well, because I do think this raises our chances of getting him, because they can't afford the pair of them. And if they can, then I need to see them get investigated, because that makes absolutely no sense. But we will get into that. We'll talk about Armando Broja, all the other news today, and then we'll throw the link out to the panel and everything else, and we'll get a group opinion on it. Yeah, Josh, run that back. £100. You can kick me off, and I'll just send the link to everybody on early. But yeah, check out Jerseys FC, by the way, for all your best high quality football shirts. Don't forget to join the giveaway as well. I just dropped that earlier on at the start. Here we go. We're doing a giveaway for the new Chelsea home kit, and as it says, any super chat gets you in the lottery. Any super chat over £5 gets you 2 lottery tickets, and anything over £10 gets you 4 lottery tickets. So if you guys want to be in the chance of winning a brand new, fresh, and still freshly wrapped Chelsea shirt, any super chat, any amount, and you guys are in. I'm going to leave that on the top for a little while. Actually, let me save that. There we go. We already got one. Matt, big up yourself. He says, if I could win the shirt, could I have Christine on the back? No, you can't, okay? You can do that shit yourself. But big up yourself. You have just put yourself in the lottery for the new Chelsea home kit. Run the likes up, people. Run the likes. I said Lewandowski agenda starting now, and Barca will get him. Watch it happen. Watch it happen. I'm not even going to say it can't happen anymore, because we're just being given the runaround by everybody. Like, we're lucky we even got Raheem Sterling across the line right now. Maybe Barca would come in with a fucking bid for him and cop block us on that one too. But again, it is what it is. Let's just go straight into this Raphinha situation. Ben Jacobs said Leeds United and Barcelona have reached an agreement tonight, that being last night, for Chelsea target Raphinha with a deal close to 75 million euros. Barca-bound Raphinha has always been viewed at Chelsea as a bonus, with Sterling the top target, which sounds like a little bit of waffle, to be honest. We would have had Raphinha sorted before Sterling if it wasn't for all of this Barcelona bullshit. Barcelona matched our offer. Chelsea will now look at alternative targets in attack. The Blues have been offered United's Cristiano Ronaldo by his agent Jorge Mendes, but Tuchel is said to be lukewarm on the prospect of signing an older superstar attacker. Is a similar reaction to having been offered PSG's Neymar, but that stance could yet change later on in the window. Bayern's Lewandowski has been the target for Chelsea, but he currently favours a move to Barcelona. Additionally, Chelsea look likely to sell their homegrown striker Armando Broja, with West Ham making him their leading striker target, and Everton having already declared their interest in a 30 million deal. Knew Lampard would have some interest. Okay, so on this thing with signing an older superstar attacker, I think the age range is a lot further off than we expect, because if we're talking about older, you could throw Neymar and Lewandowski into it, but it sounds like he just doesn't want a 37, 38-year-old to rely on in the attack, which, I mean, we do rely on a 37, 38-year-old in defense in Thiago Silva, but I understand you don't want to have that worry on both sides of the pitch. So if he doesn't want Ronaldo, it is what it is. Like, for me, I'd pay the Uber, I'd pay the flight, I'd pay everything, but I don't manage the club. So if Tuchel doesn't want him, I already said my hands are up. I don't have to say anything more on the situation. Neymar, it sounds like it's going to be something that we could potentially turn back to later on in the window, but I'd be surprised if they let one of their prize attackers go that close to the start of the season. So I feel like if we want Neymar, we should be going very quickly for him. Lewandowski, though, I don't think it's the same energy. And like I said, now Barcelona are going in for Raphinha. I'd be really surprised if they could afford Lewandowski too, because we know Bayern's stance. They want all the money paid immediately. They don't think Barcelona's going to be in business. Lewandowski wants out. He's been chatting shit about Bayern throughout the summer. He's trying to, He's trying to force his way out and do whatever he can to burn those bridges. And from the sounds of Bayern fans are kind of happy to wash their hands of him too. And let's be real, they'll win the Bundesliga with or without Lewandowski. That league is locked for them. Their closest competitors have just lost Erling Haaland. They lost Sancho the year before as well. So, like, they can be fine without Lewandowski. So I do think that's a deal that you can do later on in the window. Like, it all depends on the Barcelona situation, because I'm not going to say they can't do it, but I'd be really surprised they could go for both. But that's why I think now we're in a much better position to go for Lewandowski if we want to, because there is interest from us, there is interest from PSG. Maybe if PSG get him, it opens the door for Neymar for us as well as a possibility. You could look at a couple potential different avenues with this one. But Ronaldo looks done, and that's fine. Like, it's nothing too deep. Like, obviously would have preferred him, but we move on that regard if we can't get him. But now my eyes are looking towards Lewandowski. He currently favours a move to Barcelona, but now Barcelona have done this situation with Raphinha, I don't think it's going to happen. And also, if Leeds United accepted a deal where they're going to get their first installment package next year or something like that, they're fucking dopey as hell. But it is what it is. I said I weren't really happy with this whole Raphinha situation and how he was holding us in limbo just to see if he could get his dream move. And here we are. Josh, you're completely correct on this. It is a bullet dodged in this remark. And it's whatever. Put all your money into trying to get De Ligt in or getting a good centre-back and focus on trying to find one more attacker. Like, I know we said we needed a creator, but I've said everyone wants to tell me Havertz is a number 10. Push him back into one of the inside forward roles, and let's try and get a goal scorer in the middle. That could be Ronaldo. That could be Lewandowski. I'm thinking now it looks more likely to be Lewandowski, so let's try and make that move. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Yeah, Craigo, this is just a normal Chelsea day for us. Big up yourself, though, anyway. If you do want a link, I'll send you a link around 3 o'clock, too. Yeah. I did see this as well, but I'm not too fussed about it. Like, this is just De Ligt weighing up his options. Bayern's sporting director is in Turin for talks with De Ligt, but they were going to start with personal talks to the player before they spoke to the club. Like, this is in De Ligt's court. All I'm saying from us is we need to get a decision from him as soon as possible. We've wasted enough time on this Raphinha situation. We can't make the same mistake again and give De Ligt like 2-3 weeks to think about what decision you want. Chelsea's there, Bayern's there. Pick your club and just let us hurry up. Like, the season's about to start in under a month. This is all long. All right. So, like, I can't be arsed with players just taking the piss with us, leaving us in limbo and all of that. It's long. It's fucking long. Right. We've got a few super chats in here. Where is it? Miguel says alternatives to Raphinha and Dembele are trash or unattainable. Just give Harvey Vale a chance. We ain't competing for the league. No. This is not 1920, my guy. Appreciate the donation. That's also 2 lottery tickets for the new home kit. But no, we're not going from Raphinha to Dembele to Harvey Vale. Like, come on, please tell me you're trolling, my guy, because that's terrible, man. This isn't 1920 where we have a transfer ban and our hands are tied and we have to go back to Cobham. Let's not do this. Harvey Vale is definitely not going to be the answer, at least not right now. Has he even had a loan deal yet? Like, no. I'm not here for it. I'm really not. Let me see. What was the other one? Here we go. Football family talk. Big up yourself. I told you, if you remember me, let's get Lewandowski. Perfect striker for us, not Ronaldo. Either or. I'm fine with either or. For me, I needed the profile of a consistent, experienced goal scorer. And both of them fit the mark for me. So, like, either or, I'm happy with them. Like, if Lewandowski came in the door tomorrow, it's our best finisher. Ronaldo, best finisher. Same energy for the pair of them. Let's see. What else are you guys saying? Liao only has 2 years worth an offer, to be honest, while we're chucking out transfer offers like sweets. Liao would be a good option for us. Like, I'm not too sure how we would be creatively. Again, haven't really watched too much Serie A, but from what I have seen, very impressive, strong, very good physically, and a decent finisher too. I'm not too sure if he plays in the middle though. He plays on the wings for AC Milan, if I'm correct. I think we need someone who could play more centrally. But yeah, what else are you guys saying? RIP Raphinha deal. Yeah, we thought we were going to get one of Raphinha and Dembele, and it turns out we're getting neither of them. And it doesn't make sense either, because you've brought in 2 players who are now going to be competing for the same spot, and you're meant to be broke. Like, I don't get it. It's just hoarding for the sake of hoarding. But whatever, man. Everyone wants to fucking go Barcelona, so it is what it is in that remark. Bun Raphinha and Bun Dembele. Good luck chasing your paychecks in the next year or so. That's the way I see it. And by the way, we should not be lowering our valuation for Marcos Alonso and Azpilicueta. Suddenly you lot have the money, you can pay what we're asking for. We're not even asking for a lot for Azpilicueta. We're asking for our money back. 7 million. If they can't even afford that, I'd rather keep Azpi for a year and they can fuck off. Like, I really don't care. Like, we've lost too many targets, too many players on easy money to fucking Barcelona. It's jarring. Man said, GoAM says, if we walk away with Remo Sterner and Jaden Smith this win. Who's Jaden Smith? God knows. Let's see. Let's see what else you guys are saying. For me, there needs to be serious questions about our scouting department. What about... There should have been questions already, but this isn't really at the fault of our scouting department. Raphinha held this deal up as long as possible just to make sure Barcelona could get it across the line. Like, it's got nothing to do with our scouting department on that mark. And for the players we've been linked with, like, I haven't had any issues with. The real question for me is that we've been basically linked with everybody. Everybody across the market we've been linked with. So, like, our scouting department should have had questions on it anyway, but this one is just Raphinha's held us up. Dembele has held us up. De Ligt is holding us up. It's exactly what you're saying, Jay. Nothing is going right. Nothing is. But De Ligt isn't out of the mark just yet. It's all about where his head's at. So I'd just keep that in mind. But like we already said, Ronaldo is off. That looks unlikely now at this remark. Lewandowski could potentially still happen. I think that's going to be our main attacking target. But we need to move quickly. The season's about to start. And we only have 1 player in. And he hasn't even been announced yet. So, like, we were talking about 6 signings coming before the end of the window. The longer it takes, the longer we're going to have to bed in these players. I said one of the issues with the Lukaku transfer, even though he's a rat, was that we brought him in too late because we were too busy focused on Erling Haaland. Like, if we brought in Lukaku at the start of July, maybe he hits the ground running even more because then he has a pre-season with the squad. One of our biggest issues with him was that he looked clueless because he didn't have a pre-season with the squad. He wasn't linked up with the squad in terms of tactical understanding. And you could see on the pitch, the guy was just playing his own game while everyone else was in their own little sink. That's why I'm saying, like, we need to get these players in quickly. It's taken way too long. Let's see what you guys are saying. We'll refresh the chat quickly. I'm going to put the link out to everyone else in about 10 minutes. Raheem Sterling alter ego at Chelsea will be known as Remo Sterner. Damn, you ain't even in for Sterling, bro. I can't be bothered, man. Yeah, we should be putting Barca tax, but then they just won't buy them. Like, Alonso, I would rather just get rid. So I don't even mind if we have to take a bit less money for them. Marino wanted like 20 million for Alonso, and that was just stupid. So God knows on that remark. But Azpi, no, they can pay the 7 million. We ain't even asking for too much. Like, just fucking pay the money and stop being long. We got another new super chat. Again, if you want a guarantee, I can see the comments because there's a lot going through and I'm also just talking. Drop super chats. And again, it puts you in the chance of winning a giveaway. Olu says Barcelona are not as broke as people think. The economic levers gave them cash, which gives them more collateral for loans against future revenues. I'm going to need to reread that one again because I don't even really understand Barcelona's situation. I did see someone try and summarize it on the Chelsea subreddit. I can try and read it here. It says Barcelona aren't actually signing all the players they're being linked to because they literally can't, at least not yet. The registration of players is done in the Liga is done digitally, and the system takes all the finances considered and determines if they can be registered. If you don't meet the financial criteria, then the button to register them is grayed out, so you literally cannot put them in. So Kessie and Christensen aren't actually registered yet, despite them being unveiled. Barca's salary limit determines how much they can spend and basically is determined by the club's finances, with the last known limit being minus 144 million, and it changes often, which is the only negative figure in La Liga. Also, their salary mass is around 560 million, and they want to get it down to 400 million, which is just a few million more than minus 144. So to be in the positive, to allow them to actually register players, they theoretically need to make up 704 million euros, which is obviously simplified and not a concrete goal, but they need a lot of money. If they end up falling short, they could still sign players using the 1-to-4 rule introduced because of COVID, which allows clubs to spend €1 for every €4 saved. But that's not ideal, and you want the club's salary limit and salary mass to correlate, allowing spending at a 1.1 ratio. That's why there's all this talk about economic levers, trying to sell Frankie de Jong to Manchester United, even though everyone wants him to stay, trying to reduce any contracts they can or offload if possible. They need to get their finances to a healthier place to improve their salary limit and want to get to that 1-to-1 ratio to properly improve the squad. Then there's also needing to meet budgetary targets, which is the first lever that was rushed in before July. Ideally, they want to get there without selling future rights and or half of BLM, even though it's still yet to be seen if that's realistic or not. How the fuck are they in for the likes of Lewandowski and Raphinha if they're this broke? I don't understand this football club. It's fucking ridiculous. Big up for the super chat anyway. It's a madness. It really is. Like, what else was here? Like Brozier for 30 million. I'll be real, if a club comes in for that and there's a buyback clause, I understand selling him, but we literally need a striker and he's our only striker. And he's inexperienced as well. Like, we need to bring somebody in, like another player in before this even happens, because Ziyech is already on his way out and Sterling's going to be coming in. And to be honest, Sterling would have been coming in with Lukaku going out. So now we definitely need a second attacker coming in. We can't be letting another one go without another one coming in. So we need to bring more players into the club before we can even think about letting Brozier go. But that's something we can be a bit more patient about. Even on talk of wages, I do want to say as well, I saw from Matt Law, Kepa, Kennedy, Malangsar, Barkley and Batshuayi are costing Chelsea in the region of £500,000 each week. Thanks, Marina. Big up yourself for all of that. But yeah, you didn't want to give AC or Rudiger 200k a week. Safe. But yeah, Malangsar's here on 100k a week. Can't be bothered. Let's see your final thoughts before I just throw the link out to everyone. This is just fucking long, man. We need Gnabry. If we can go in for Gnabry, then I'd be down for it. But like, we could only get one of Gnabry or Lewandowski, in my opinion. And Lewandowski, like I said, makes more sense for us too, because like they've already gotten Sadio Mane, and Mane played the last 3 to 4 months, if I'm correct, in the middle for Liverpool. And he actually played really well there too. So I could see him do the exact same thing in the Bundesliga, where it's fucking open as hell, and anybody could bag a minimum of 10 a season in that league. So yeah. Yeah, it's all long. It's all long. I said Timo number 9. Let's go. I'd rather jump off my flat than Percy see Timo Werner in a number 9 shirt or playing in a number 9 position. Angel says, do you think this transition season for Chelsea could leave Chelsea outside the top 4? Depends on who comes in, really, but I don't think we end up out of the top 4. I really don't anticipate that. Maybe Tottenham finish above us because, like, they're making signings and we're not. And also Conte tax and all of that. But we will have to see it. Yeah, I completely understand that. I barely understood the summarization anyway. All I just know is Barcelona in a fuck place. I need to like properly look into that for like future streams. Go AM. I don't blame you for feeling this way. I really don't. But it's not all done yet. And he did say he wanted to play in the Premier League too. I think it's just another big club's come in and he's now assessing his options. And that's fair, but he's not as clear. He's not like Raphinha, who's just like, Barcelona's my dream club and is just noshing them off for about 4 weeks or something, begging for a deal. I think De Ligt's going to be a bit more level heads on this one, but we also need to rush him too. We have other business we have to attend to. We've been given the runaround for so long. What's the point in letting another club do that to us too? It's all long. Who is the alternative for Raphinha? I thought it was Dembele. So, like, now I'm confused. Maybe, I don't know, Dybala or something. I've seen us get linked with him, but he's more like Havertz, where he's like halfway between a 10 or a 9, and I don't really know where he fits in. But he is a quality player anyway. Sohan says, why are you getting Ake for 40 million? He's mid and like 5th choice. He'd actually be a good defender for us. I don't think he's worth 40 million, but I think he'd be a decent centre-back for us. Like, even if he was depth, he'd be good depth for us too. Plus, Tuchel wants him. So, again, I'm just like, okay, whatever Tuchel wants, go for it. Man said Bowen. Why am I seeing Jared Bowen like West Ham would sell him to us? No, Jared Bowen wouldn't go anywhere. Unless you guys have seen quotes from Matt Law or something. I don't know. I wouldn't see that. But yeah, we got 500 of you guys locked in here. I haven't even seen that. Can we try and get to 400 likes? Let me put that up in the top of the screen. Oh, you know what? I had 500 likes in there. So let's try and run that because there's 500 of you guys in here. So all of you guys right now, just press the like button. All you guys just do that right now. Press one button and we're all good. That's all I need from you guys. I'm not sure. I'm thinking Lewandowski, maybe Dybala. Like, I've seen Cornet there, but Cornet's going to be a depth option for us. We're not going to be bringing him to start every single week for us. So, like, he's going to be someone we look to maybe later on in the window. And anyway, the money that we were spending on Raphinha, I say we put a little bit more into the Ligt deal. I would have said put an extra 5 million in the Raphinha deal and be petty, but I can't be bothered for this whole saga anymore. The guy clearly wants Barca. We're clearly his second choice. We clearly look like fucking Bournemouth to him. So just fuck off to Barcelona. If they can't pay your wages, oh well, that's a shame. Anish, I did speak about this one in yesterday's stream, but if the money's correct and he doesn't want to re-sign, then I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Right, let me put the link out to everybody else now. 1 second. Right, link. Put the link in the chat here. Oh, I did see a couple. Jester sent me a few tweets. Signing Serge Gnabry is an option for Chelsea. Okay, so that could potentially be another option for us too. We were talking about that. There might be a bit more strength to it. Frankie de Jong loves everything about Barca. It's his dream club. He does not want to leave. Man, you are waiting for news from de Jong. Chelsea are interested, but have never made any offers. It's just another Barca rimmer. Can't be bothered. Yes, Josh. What are you telling my guy? You all good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah. Actually, I think we dodged a serious bullet here. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, the guy would have just fucked us off in 2 years anyway. I can't be bothered for this shit. It's all long.
That fee for Raphinha is absolutely ridiculous. There's no way on any planet he's worth 75 million. But if Barcelona want to pay 75 million for him, have at it.
Yeah, Leeds, you know what? You can thank us for the extra 50 million you lot but also simultaneously go fuck yourself.
They'll get it in like 10 years, so it's not that big a deal anyway. It's not like they got it all up front. And I feel a little bit about the same way about the Ligt. I'm not sure he's worth 80 to 90 million. He's just not. When you have Koulibaly there for like 35 million, he's a better player right now.
I'd say it's a case of longevity, but like we already know with centre backs, they can last for a lot longer than attackers.
Yeah, so, but we're all assuming he'll stay at that. The Ligt would stay at the club for like 5 or 6 years. We have no idea that he would do that. He in 3 years he may want out, and now you're back in the same situation. It's like you could. I get
it's just you never really see defenders like make a lot of moves around clubs. Like they usually find a club and stay for a while. Or at least around the mid-period of their careers, because like we know De Ligt was at Ajax and he went to Juventus.
This will be his third club already. He's not even he's like 22, 23 years old. He'll be at his third club before he's 22 years old. Like,
I don't know. I always associate defenders with longevity, but I understand the sentiment there.
Well, that's because we've had that at our club with our defenders. But like, you know, a guy like this, he could be a club jumper, no question. I mean, who knows that in 3 or 4 years, like one of the big Spanish clubs are coming for him, or I don't know.
I know, but it's just like we haven't really heard all the stuff we've heard with Raphinha, where it's like Barca's his dream club. He only wants Barca and all this other bollocks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's made any. I don't think he has a preference on club. To be honest with you, I think it'll be with Bayern, whoever pays the most money to Juventus. But again, then it's really a risk reward thing. Are you really looking to spend 90 million on one center back? I don't know.
I mean, like you're saying, we could get Koulibaly and like Ake, for example, and it would only be around. Well, we say it would be cheaper, but we know what De Laurentiis is, and negotiating with him would fucking take weeks in itself before we even find a decent deal, and it would probably be a lot more than we initially expect it to be, because we know exactly what Napoli's usually like in terms of negotiations. We've tried to negotiate for Koulibaly for fucking ages.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, that's where his contract situation and maybe the will of the player is in your favor at some point. You know, obviously De Laurentiis is an ass to deal with, but if Koulibaly is on board for leaving and they are going to respect his wishes and you give them a good fee that they're, you know, looking for, it's like, I think you have a quicker, easier chance to get him than going back and forth for 3 or 4 more weeks over De Ligt. It's like,
well, you might bring in 2 other ones and then circle back if he wants a third defender,
right?
Which is what they're saying now. So, Trent, welcome to Transfer Theories. Transfer Theories 101.
Nothing big up Justin and Alex, by the way.
Yeah,
Hope you guys
are good. Nothing you hear here is actually fact. It's just all theory. So if you take it as fact, as we're saying something as fact, that's on you. So it's now Transfer Theories. So
yeah, so when I said Raphinha was coming to Chelsea in yesterday's stream, I didn't mean it, guys.
Transfer Theories. Transfer Theories.
We're spitballing ideas.
So
basically,
because the way we come up with what we say on here is not because we just say, oh, I think I'm going to talk about a certain player to a certain club. We get it from journalists, so-called journalists who know what's going on. I mean, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. You're bringing players in you can't actually register.
Insane.
And they don't know when they can register them.
Even Fabrizio this morning said, Fabrizio this morning, what did he say? They have the agents and clubs around Europe have no idea how Barcelona can afford Raphinha. Nobody.
And that's my question. I don't know if it's still true. I still know that I don't think he's going to Barcelona, man. It will be coming something.
You think this is still? You think there's still like a few twists and turns in this?
Did Leeds posted something that we accepted the bid?
The bid is a verbal bid. It's nothing in writing yet.
Yeah, I don't think they've sent an official bid in.
But fuckers can't even afford the paper to write it on.
I'm telling you,
but that doesn't mean he's coming to us. I just want to put that out there right now. I'm just saying, reportedly, this is a verbal bid, and you can go look that up via your favorite retweeters. So find one, follow them, and you'll get all this news. But yeah,
people think that I'm pushing because I want Raphinha. I really don't.
He doesn't want Raphinha.
Well, I was already a bit iffy on it now because of all of this. Now I'm more like, fuck off. I'm tired. I'm
all about changing the midfield. I don't care about the forward position. We're not going to win the league by changing forwards because we
already heard like a few weeks ago that midfield is the last thing we're going to look for.
I know, but what I'm saying is, I said it before and I'll say it again. We're not winning the Premier League with fucking pussy-ass Jorginho on our team. I don't
Fair enough, man.
Even Ronaldo wouldn't help us.
I don't know. Like, I'll be real. I think Tuchel sounds like he's satisfied with our midfield because we haven't gone in for anybody. Literally nobody. So, like, again, I said this summer, like, I'm blind with everything. Wherever Tuchel wants, we go. That's why I was in for Ronaldo. Now Tuchel doesn't want Ronaldo. It's fine. I ain't going to cry about it. It's done. Yeah, move on to wherever the next target is. There's no way they can afford Raphinha and Lewandowski. So tell Lewandowski to get some tissue, stop crying. You ain't gonna get Barcelona, and hurry up and find your way to Stamford Bridge. Simple as.
Well,
You could have just stopped it if they can't afford Raphinha.
Yeah.
That's
really
why
bad.
I'm not
It's
going
really
with
bad.
gospel now. I'm not saying it's a fact they can't afford both because I don't know. Some will inject them with another 100 million or something. They'll go get Lewandowski too.
Well, it's not about paying the contracts. You know, you can come to terms on whatever you want. La Liga says you can't register the players. That's what you read. So they can sign them. You can sign a contract and be a Barcelona player, and they can pay you. Doesn't mean you can play in La Liga.
Right. Yeah, it's baffling, dude. When a guy like Fabrizio is saying that agents and clubs around Europe have no idea how they can afford him, then you know there's some serious shit going on here. Where it's like, I mean, obviously they haven't made the official bid yet, but like to think that they could pay 75 million for a guy like Raphinha, and however, I mean, we were told Leeds don't want installments, but apparently this is going to be installment heavy, and then
they might
also
not even get paid till next year.
Yeah, it's maddening. And then they don't want to pay us $7 million for Asby and Alonso. I'm with you. You make them pay every dollar that you think that those two guys are worth. You don't just give them a discount.
Asby, yes. Alonso, I don't care. Like they can have him for $1 million. I really couldn't give a shit. Asby, they can pay the $7 million. I don't care on that front. They can fucking pay that.
I'm going to premise everything I'm saying about Raphinha now as, you know, this is just pure speculation at this point, but they haven't agreed to a contract to sell Raphinha to Barcelona. They've agreed to verbal terms on an amount. So if they're negotiating this thing and the money is not there to satisfy Leeds could always walk away. Although they've told Raphinha, if a suitable offer comes in from Barcelona, we'll listen to him. But until the contract gets signed as Leeds sells him, then the deal is not done. I guess we won't get a here we go.
If it's not done, then I'm going to look at Ben Jacobs a bit differently because he's the one that announced it.
Remember when I said that if we didn't get both Raphinha and Dembele, it would be incredibly funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of there now.
Yeah.
You think it's funny?
We're kind of at that point now.
I hate this game, my guy. I hate this game.
But I mean, listen, I said it from time ago. It wasn't happening, and I mean, obviously, we can still have some hope. But it's when a player.
But Dembele we heard was done, and Raphinha, I just thought Barcelona were going to be too broke for it. But I don't know. I guess everyone just wants to fucking go Barcelona. It is what it is. GoAM says, can't lie, Nathaniel's future looks brighter than our transfer window. I don't even blame you for feeling that way. T1 says, do you think Ampadu could play CDM and can Mount and Gallagher play together in the mid, or even drop Havertz in the mid and have a front three of Werner, Sterling and Pulisic? Okay, there's a lot in here. Ampadu can play CDM, but at the level that Chelsea wants, I'm not so sure about. Mount and Gallagher could play together as 2-8s, but then you're going to bench both Kovacic and Kante, which I don't know if you would end up doing, but like I know Mount already makes it into a lineup regardless. Havertz in midfield could work. We've seen it work at some stages. Like he could be your most attacking midfielder out of the three. There could be something to play with in that regard. And a front three of Werner, Sterling, Pulisic sounds terrible because Timo Werner's in it. But big up yourself with the super chat. Anyway, we're keeping all of these in there, and you guys will have a chance of winning the 22-23 home kit as always. Miguel says, any other club in Barcelona's situation would have been liquidated. How have they not been investigated for effort? I have no idea. I don't know how they're capable of this shit. Blue Hope also says Barca still no. How?
They still owe Liverpool for Coutinho.
Yeah, they owe 129. They owe 129 million to other clubs for players that they've bought already, including 29 million for Coutinho. Still, 129 mil they still owe for other players. Some who aren't even on their team anymore.
Yeah, Coutinho they sold again. Dude, I'll tell you, it's money laundering.
Like, I don't even know how you're able to buy and register players when you owe that kind of outstanding money for players. Now, I know every team doesn't pay
Heritage
the full fee right away, but like to be 129 million in back payments to other teams, it's like,
By the way,
okay, man.
let's link with Gnabry. Can we please avoid that at any cost? Gnabry is not the one that we need. We need somebody like Sané.
Oh,
Who's
Sané.
linking us with Gnabry, anyways?
Somebody on
Simon
Twitter.
Phillips.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Simon
that guy's
Phillips.
not a journalist, though, right? Like he's just a guy.
No, it is
Simon Phillips is a journalist.
supposedly. We're doing quotes, man. This is all quotes. This whole conversation is quotes.
okay.
He's just the next name that people are going to bring up because he's available. So it's like he's the first name, and of course, like as soon as this deal. And if you read anything about Chelsea this morning, they were saying Raphinha was kind of looked at as like just a bonus player, like a bonus addition to he wasn't really per se like a target out at the beginning. It's just sort of like he was there. Let's take an opportunity to look at him and get him. So if that is the case, then
that's an expensive way of looking at it.
I 100% agree. I think even 60, whatever our deal was that we agreed to, 60 that Leeds accepted. I think that's fair, but that is on like he had 6 open play goals last year. So let's not like Raphinha. He had 12 goals, and I think 6 were open play. 7 were penalties.
But he was also, him and Mane were also the only 2 players to have registered 100 take-ons, 100 plus chances created, and 100 plus shots. Because there was a lot you were going to get with that player. Also, the driving force behind the Leeds side. Like, I was completely down for it. Also, we got a lot of super chats. Let me go through this. Blue Hope says, hope Leeds check the fine print. You need to double check, triple check, quadruple check, all of that. Because I know there's going to be some loopholes in that. Akash says, hijack Anthony to United. That would make you feel a lot better. Also, a front line of Sterling, Kai, Anthony would be interesting. Just an outside opinion. They want 70 million for him, bro.
No chance.
70 million.
Anthony who?
From Ajax.
Hijack is.
I don't even
The
know
word
what that
hijack is really starting to frustrate me now. I'm getting sick of hearing this word.
I don't blame you, man. This is giving me PTSD. Sean Newland says, how have we basically lost a one-horse race?
Words hurt. Oh,
We've lost it to a crippled horse, bruv. That owes about 19 other horses some hay. It's all long. It's all fucking long. Olu says, debt isn't bad in business terms if your assets are more valuable than the debt. Barca's brand value is bigger than their debt. I mean, that is fair enough, but it doesn't change the fact that they also owe a ridiculous amount of money to players, clubs, probably La Liga. I don't know. You probably owe one of us money.
All that means is they have the ability to take more loans, which just puts them in even more debt. It's like
it's actually they literally fixing the credit score. By fixing the credit score by getting the money from Spotify, all that money is fixing this credit score. We're not getting anything better out of it.
That's how real estate guys make money. They leverage their assets to take bigger loans out to buy more assets, but you're still you're still giving yourself more debt.
Just got some breaking news.
Monster wants Gnabry at Chelsea. Discuss.
Well, Monster.
Yeah, so we can automatically go against that now.
Better than our attackers.
Yeah,
better than our attackers. Whatever the price tag. What's the price tag? That's what I want to know.
He's not attacking that kind of sense. Like, I don't see. You see him playing off the wing. He usually comes for the middle, right?
No, he's
I don't watch Bayern like that. I'll be real. I wouldn't know.
No, 2 years ago when he was actually the peak of the creme de la creme out of players, he usually get to the for the middle. He was not the guy that goes. That's not the guy
we played right wing.
I think for Germany, he's a little more central. For Bayern, I think he's a little wider.
He plays on the right. He's a right footer on the right.
Yeah,
I think Pedro.
Yeah, he's played like 122 games at right wing, like overall.
As in how Pedro played the right wing. But
this season he's played 23. He has played the center like once and like Cam like 3 times and left wing.
But by the way, if only look, I said it I said it before. I don't look at the what's his name. Oh, thank you For my,
Yeah, SS66 says forget strikers, let's get a creative midfielder instead. I think Alex said it first, spot on. 100%, I want more creativity in the side. I'm down for that
the
as well.
problem is if we get in Sterling, look, if we get in Sterling on his own, he's worthless.
Facts.
He is worthless. He's not my cup of tea, but he needs to come with somebody that creates for him. It's it. I don't think he can do with, like, who's gonna create for. We're gonna have the same problem doesn't.
We need a striker and then push Havertz back into the 10. That's what I want to see.
Look.
Yeah.
Either striker
Lewis,
that
man,
Sterling can.
Lewis.
If we get striker, it will benefit. What's his name?
Sterling.
Sterling can play after striker. If the main focus is gonna be of defenses from opposite team is Sterling, we're not gonna even fucking bother. It's the same thing as Timo Werner. The only thing he can do by
It's
himself.
not the same thing as Werner.
I
It's
know
not the same
that.
thing as Werner at all.
The only thing that he can be afraid of his speed. And
Speed,
that's it.
direct dribbling,
He
like
can
finishing
create-
to an extent, but only
he
to
can
an
create for
extent.
himself
That's
as
my
well.
point.
Yeah, that's
You
the
need-
thing.
You need
That's what I'm
this
saying.
fr-
This isn't
you
Werner
need this-
2.0. Compare him to Pulisic or Cho if you want to make the comparison.
Won't even do that.
okay.
Won't even do that. He can create better for himself better than them. two.
Got a little COVID.
I
Sorry.
understand
Sorry,
that.
man.
I understand that, Andrew.
The
I
thing is,
understand that.
we can't be over reliant on him to do that. That's
No.
the
But
problem.
we cannot be over relying on one
Yeah.
player at all.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's the same thing because it's for defender. It's easy to defend if you have main threat. Recognize main threat.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a recognized main threat. We're gonna double team him, and it's it.
Yeah.
See,
The
to
threat is
me,
over.
the way I see it is if we can get a number 9, Sterling plays with his
Especially
best.
if we know that the midfield is not gonna create for him. We're not
Spur-
even gonna bother.
Sterling plays with his best. He's got a number 9 next to him, for an example. And then if you can
Thank
have
you.
a creator on the other side, like let's say you've got Havertz on the left, Sterling on the right, and then you have a number 9 in the middle. You could make the most of like Havertz playing these low-driven crosses down the side, and Sterling is at his best when he's timing those runs onto the far post, which is where you could potentially get the best out of both of them. Also, the presence of the number 9 will take some of the presence away from Sterling, which will allow him to utilize his movement as well. That's why I want a number 9. You could push Havertz back and see if he's the creative outlet for us. And then Sterling could be in the middle and you make the most on the right, and you can make the most out of his direct dribbling and his movement in the box as well. That's the way I could see a front three work for us.
Does anyone think
I
that
know that-
Havertz is actually a creator though? Like I haven't.
No,
really-
Yet to
no,
be
none of us,
seen.
none of
Yet
us
to be
think that.
seen.
I'm
None
yet
of us
to
think
see
that.
it, but everyone
No,
says we're harsh on Havertz because he's a 10. So play him as a creator.
no
That's
one-
been my
and
whole
Lewis,
idea behind it.
Lewis, you keep on saying it, and it's just not true. Nobody sees Havertz as a 10.
I don't
It's a mixture
believe it
between the
either.
two.
This is me either put.
Yeah, I
this is
know
me
you
putting
don't
everyone's
believe it either.
opinion
I know
to
you
the
don't
test.
believe it either. I know you
It's
don't
just to
believe
me,
it either.
I don't want to see Havertz as a number 9 because I've been there, I've seen it, and he's a shit finisher. So I don't want it. So I'd rather see him in the 10. And if that doesn't work, all you people who say I'm too harsh on him can fuck off. Because
No,
now
but
I've
you know
put
what
him
it
in the
is?
position
It's
that
a
you've
little
all
If you
wanted
play
him
him in
to,
the 10,
and he's
if
flopped.
you play
It's a little
if
bit
you-
different. It's the same problem with Kai Havertz. It's the same problem with what's his name with Sterling. Kai Havertz. It's easy to defend against Kai Havertz because they know that him and Mount are actually the ones that link up. So they didn't even bother cover the left side where Timo Werner is or Pulisic. So they just covered those two players, and the attack is dead because it's easy to defend against those two. Of course, when he gets into
Wait,
the
so now he's a
positions-
9/10. Make the mind up, guys.
He's
This
a
is
9
why I
and
just get
3/4.
tired of it.
Yeah,
Look,
but you know what it
he's
is
a
though.
nine.
Can I just
Everyone
say
He
this?
says
plays
he's
as
a 10.
9.
Everyone
but
says,
what
oh,
kind
he's
of
a
a
10,
10
he's
though?
a cam. You lot are too harsh
There's-
on him because he's not in
there's-
his
What kind of a
position.
10 though?
Play
The
him in his
question is what
position.
kind-
It's
Well, what kind
he's
of a
like
10 is he though?
he's like a second
He's
striker.
not a playmaker to me. He's a
He's
secondary
like
striker.
he's second striker. There we go. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the German term is called a Ramdeuter. It's like it's a secondary striker. That's kind of what he is.
What?
Like
It's a ram. I've seen this. It's basically someone who makes the most out of his ability to create space, aka Timo Werner. So
yeah. I mean, it's like
Whatever.
I think it's
we had
it's-
another
it's-
super
it's-
chat in here.
Okay. Yeah,
Pedro says breaking news: Barca are trying to hijack Chelsea's alleged move in Gnabry. Don't even traumatize me like this, bro. 800 people in here, by the way. Let's try and run it up to 500 likes. Let's go, people.
Yes, he is a Muller. Exactly. That's
so-
what he is.
if you look at Kai Havertz in the Premier League, he's got 12 goals and 9 assists. To me, that's about a 50-50 ratio. So he's just as likely to have an assist than score a goal. So I guess that's funny.
That's funny.
No, I just like, and we're right to get on Werner for his stats. I just like though that Kai Havertz is not pulling up any trees more than Werner is.
No.
Hardly. So it's like, and he gets away with it. Werner gets all the abuse. I know I do it as well, and he deserves it for his performances. But Kai Havertz gets away with it because he scored in the Champions League final.
Do you see why I get so angry when it comes to this guy? Because the excuses are pathetic.
Yeah.
They're just pathetic. I haven't seen him create. I haven't seen him finish consistently, but we're harsh on him. When it's Werner, we can cuss him out to the death, and everyone wants to jump in on it. Energy. Keep the same energy.
Well, I mean, there's variables to support supporting Havertz. I'm not saying I agree with them, but there are things that you can see. Look at Havertz and look at Werner. You can see the difference. Werner is terrible on the ball. Havertz is.
I can't. I just see a better first touch and better ball control. That's it. And better heading.
Kai Havertz. That's a massive.
Right, so we're going from here, where the bar's literally where my feet is, to we've got here.
Well, okay, no, but that's fine. That's fine. No, that's all well and good. But it's like, okay, cool. So when we're now looking at new attackers to replace these ones, it's all well and good saying, oh, we want this name, that name, this name. Screw all of that. What attributes are you looking for? What qualities from certain players are you looking for to replace these players?
I'm looking at someone. I'm looking at someone who can be creative or someone who can consistently finish.
Creative. How?
That's what I'm looking for. That's why I was after Lewandowski or Ronaldo, because they are consistent, experienced goal scorers. Raphinha is a consistent creator. Dembele is a creator. Maybe they don't have both of the attributes, but if they have one of them and you bring in someone with the other attribute, then we're fine. Well, we're in a much better position than usual.
No. Break it down position by position. So I'm guessing you're referencing striker. So okay, cool. So for the striker, you're looking for Lewandowski and things. The drawback to both of those is that they're incredibly old, and like long term is not good. Obviously, they're not going to be available.
Yeah, and I understand that as well. It's not like massive pros and no cons. Like there's cons to both of them, but I think the pros outweigh the cons in that regard. And also look at the attack that we have. And can we really complain about age? Like we got fucking bums.
Yes, we can because it's like we all know we're not going to win the league next season. So we're really going to ship off a younger striker or somebody who can potentially develop into that role.
Who's to say Havertz gets shipped off? He just gets good competition, and we see if he can fucking beat that competition or not. He's the one that we're meant to be relying on. So if we can rely on him, he should be able to prove himself against good competition.
He's not going to prove himself up against Lewandowski and Ronaldo. It's not going to happen.
Why? Especially when we're pushing him deeper as a result, where he apparently thrives more.
No, wait, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about for the striker position?
What?
Oh, you should see the comment section whenever we talk about Havertz.
Well,
you're being harsh on him. He's not a 9. He's a 10.
It's just.
How about you? How about you? No ball. Your ball knowledge is shit. You're too harsh. He's young. He's inexperienced.
Welcome to Twitter. Welcome to Twitter and have a nice day.
I know, but like this is why I keep going back with it, because it's like the excuses are just meaty.
Before.
No, I know. At least you've given me the answer. I'm talking about other answers.
Like my biggest thing with the Raphinha thing, it's not even losing out on Raphinha. It's like we sort of blew our load now, as opposed to like when we're trying to negotiate for attackers.
Put the picture up. And put the picture up.
Yeah.
He said the magic word. Put the picture up. Change your thumbnail, dude. There you go.
We're good. Like so now teams know we have 60 million to spend on an attacker. So it's like you call Bayern. The reported fee for Gnabry was 40, right? So you call Bayern and say, okay, we got 40 for you, and they're like, I thought you had 60 for Raphinha. Like, how about 55 for Gnabry?
Yeah, but you might come into a contact of going, we won't go into bid for the lit then if you give us Gnabry at cut price.
Well, I don't think.
Just remember one thing.
I don't think we should. I'm just.
Let me tell the world the breaking news. Chelsea will be known as the one that put and destroyed Barcelona.
Yeah.
It will be Chelsea, the ones that known. Chelsea is the one that disabled Barcelona for the rest after that. because we
Hey.
made them pay 75 million euros.
Hey, we did it. We did
With-
it on the pitch many times. We should do
Yep.
it off the
Right.
pitch many.
Well,
Exactly.
it makes me wonder, like, what actually the meeting was with Boli when they went to Barca. What was that about then? Because if he flew all the way to Barcelona to talk about Asby and Alonso, that's an L. You could do that shit over the
No.
phone.
Well, I mean, he did say we're
said
just going
what
for
he did.
a
He
meal.
did dinner.
Oh, he just went for a meal. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With this Raphinha thing, to be completely honest, I know that I was telling Alex, "Hey, watch out for Barcelona. They have the money." But my game is not about being right. I'm gonna say I still agree with Alex. Something is
So why did
fishy.
you remind me of that then before you
No,
said it?
no,
You
because
found
even no, because like it's not about. I
It's
know
not
I said
about
it.
that, but I remember that I said it.
I didn't come to claim it. I didn't want to let you know that I didn't come to claim it because I
just
actually
want
do
you to know.
think I do think there's something a little bit fishy about this still, especially
Yeah.
because it's only a verbal agreement from Barcelona. Now it looks like they're signing Dembele. To me, I'm surprised if they're going to go
I
for
don't
Dembele
think
and
they
Raphinha.
do, man.
I don't think
Unless-
I think they have the money. I just don't think they're going to put it for Raphinha. I'm going to say you guys just wait still and watch this space. I don't
I'm
think this
telling
deal is
you,
going to
man.
materialize. I
You know
don't think it's
what?
going to
It's like-
materialize.
Do you know what?
And
if
I think
if any player signs for Barca from now on, you don't deserve any of your money. You know
Right,
what? You don't
yeah.
deserve it, right?
That's like
Dembele deal-
Frankie De
Dembele
Jong saying
deal
you.
that Dembele deal is one of the stupidest deals any player can sign. So
Yeah.
what? You're going to start negotiating again in a year's time when they're broke again and they offer you less. What's the point? What is the point?
He cost himself 40% of his wage by not taking the deal in December. If like that was his whole plan was to stay, like if his whole plan was to stay at Barcelona, then just sign in January or December when you had your offer. You cost yourself.
He arrogantly thought him and his agent were going to get offers of like 300K a
Exactly.
week.
Exactly.
From
Yeah, but
PSG
they
and
would have
Chelsea.
No.
they would have
And they're
figured
not
that out
done.
early
They
in
own their own players' money, back pay.
right.
They did not pay the players' salary for years.
Wait,
Right.
but this is what I wanted to ask you guys when you mentioned that before about De Jong not wanting to leave. Even if he leaves the club, he signed a contract with them and they
Yeah.
owe him money. Whether he
Right.
leaves or not, there's still a
Right.
legal, obligation.
No.
How many
This is what
years
they're
will that
trying to
take?
do. This is what they're trying to do. I think Barcelona trying to get Man United to pay the back pay that they own.
Yeah, they're trying to get them Man United to pay the
Pay
money
that
so they can pay
17
the
million
So
that they
if
own.
Man U
That could
takes
that could
over,
happen a lot of the time, though. By the way, that's not something
if
that
Man U-
is
if
out
Man
of the
U does-
ordinary.
if
What do
Man
you
U
mean?
decides,
The whole back pay from somebody else. Like, so you take on this deal, you're taking on the debt of this deal as well. That happens often. It's
Yeah,
just now
but-
coming out to fruition.
No. It doesn't. It happens, but not to the players that comes from Barcelona.
Well, maybe not, but
Well,
there
like,
you go, right?
If you've
No,
got
but
De
I
Jong-
don't remember any other club
you're-
own the player money, back pay for salary.
if you're putting out reports about how much De Jong loves Barca and doesn't want to leave, then pay him his 17 million. Then what the fuck are you doing? Like that's his bonus money. Then pay him his bonus money if he loves
Right.
it so much.
well, I think that's holding on to the value of the player and trying to boost whatever fee Man U is going to pay. But to what Alex was saying, I mean, if Man U decides, they're going to pay his back pay, it looks like they're willing to, then what does De Jong care? If he is going to get his money easily,
Europa.
by going-
Because he
Yeah,
doesn't want to go
that's-
play in Europa League at
I
Man
know
United.
that. I know that, but it's Man U. If I really wanted my 17 million that Barcelona owes me, and I'm doing everything I can to fight and to stay at this club, that's still not going to guarantee to pay me. Then isn't it easier to just go to
No,
Man U
no,
for
no.
maybe 1-2
Yeah, but it's
seasons,
not. You
play
make it sound
Europa?
so easy to go to Man United. Like, what if you don't want to be in Man United? What if you don't want to go to England?
Yeah.
The 17 million is one thing. This guy wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. He wants to be in Barcelona with the money that's owed to him, playing in the Champions League. That's what it is. Like, there's
Well,
no
if you love
negotiation
Barca so
there.
much,
See,
just write off the 17 million, De Jong, if you love one to stay.
That's
throw
what I'm
the
saying.
little-
And eat it too.
Let me throw you a little scenario about how the thing that Barca could have done with this Raphinha and the Young situation. The second liver is coming in by Thursday, right? That's what I understood. So what if Barcelona literally have that verbal agreement that say we pay
Wow.
75, but by Thursday, La Liga is gonna tell them no, you can't pay 75. But they did it just to prolong it until Thursday. Because Leeds are the ones that actually gave them timeline. If you don't do it by then, we cut it off, we make a deal with the Chelsea. Remember that?
Yeah, but it's been like 48 hours for the last
I
2
actually
weeks.
agree with you, Alex. I think
It's been
Barcelona
48
just-
hours and then
I think
48 hours and then
Barcelona-
48
They're
hours.
I
trolling.
think Barcelona literally said it that
Somebody
they're
got an
going
echo.
to do the
Somebody
deal.
got an echo.
Nothing.
Probably me, innit?
By the way, I think literally Barcelona, what they did, they just said it just to say it so they can prolong it
Give extra
until
time.
they find out
Yeah.
that they can or they can't.
Big up, Kaz. Let me go through a few of these super chats. Sean Newland says, "Did Barca use pink sheets like Jordan Belfort to get this deal done? Some fraudulent activities going on. I can't lie, that reference is completely lost on me, but maybe you guys get it. But big up yourself.
The Wolf of
anyway.
Wall Street. The Wolf of Wall Street. That's Jordan Belfort.
Okay, fair enough. I'm really shit with films. Blue Hope says big bid up Bayern for Lewandowski, so it messes up Barca even more. If they get both of them, if they seriously get both of them, like, is this whole fucking broke Barcelona thing just a fake gimmick? Like WWE or
One
something.
thing Germany clubs do, they do have efficient bookmakers. That's why they actually makes profit season after season after season. They ain't going to deal with Barcelona with the I pay you.
I dropped you some 2 pieces of news in the.
Oh, one second. Let me have a look.
In the
Sorry.
group
My guess is they
In the
won't get
group chat.
Raphinha, but they'll get Lewandowski. That's my guess. We'll see what happens.
I don't
That's
think
my
we
guess.
get Lewandowski under any circumstances.
I mean, Bayern are asking like 50 to 70 for him right now. Like that's over 120, 30 million for 2 players.
That's what I'm saying.
have-
They won't get Raphinha.
Plus,
but
like,
they
if
will
we
get
give them that money,
Lewandowski.
then that's probably just their delict money. And
I know,
also
but-
the next thing, like
It's
with
okay,
the Bayern director going to Juve to talk to Delict, which again, just personal talks and everything like that. But we need to find out
Barcelona-
what his stance is. Go on.
They haven't been fiscally responsible, Barcelona, but I'm willing to believe that they're gonna say, well, we have Dembele signed on back now. Let's just let Dembele, what is the name, Raphinha go. We're not gonna pay 60 million for that guy, but then they'll invest that money in Lewandowski. That's what I'm guessing they're gonna do.
Yeah.
No, but they've already pushed too much for
Now
this
they won't
Raphinha
come-
So,
deal.
Yeah,
so they're going to
but-
pull the okey doke.
They said
Barcelona
they
doesn't
want
care.
Koulibali, they said that they want Koundé. They
3-card
buy
Monty over here. They're playing 3-card Monty over here.
Right. Well, and if that's the case, then they blew their load with Bayern, because now Bayern's gonna say, well, you had 75 million to
so
spend
many
on
loads have been
Raphinha.
blown.
Yeah, dude. Lots of loads blown to that.
Yeah.
Andrew,
Sponsored
stop
by-
wanking up with the camera. By the
They'll
way,
just look.
go
ahead,
ahead.
No, you're fine.
I was gonna what's the name? Never mind, I forgot. I've lost my train of thoughts. Train of thought.
What's your thoughts on this Delict situation then? Are you guys worried, or is it just a case you want to play it by ear?
I don't want him.
I don't want him either.
Me either. If you,
Don't
if
want
you
him.
can
I
get-
hope
if you can get Koundé-
that shit goes away.
Bayern can have him.
speak.
I do not want him.
Listen, if you could get Koundé and Koulibaly for the same price you'd pay for Delict, then you get Koundé
Yeah.
and Koulibaly. Like, there's
I
just
prefer
better
Tell you the
business,
truth,
man.
I'm okay with Ake over Delict. I'm
Really?
okay with it. Yeah. I just don't want to spend that much money.
Understand? Yeah, like what?
No, I
70 million,
understand
right?
based on the
This
price
man
tag.
is taking it personal like it's coming out of his checking account. It's
No,
like,
but it's,
Well, I don't
It's like
care. In that,
70
I don't care
million.
in that sense, but
Delict is not
One
that
sec.
guy. I would not pay that much money.
It's
I'm
not
just
about
thinking
my account. It's not about my money. But if that money will prevent us to sign somebody else that actually need money,
well, they're talking about
yeah,
3
I do
attackers,
agree with
so or 3 defenders coming in. So not
right. That's why I say you can get Koundé, Koulibaly, and Ake for way less than if you just bought
But
Delict.
you're going
I
to
would
have
take
to
that
negotiate with Napoli, and you think this
Yeah,
has been
yeah.
a bitch? Negotiate with Napoli. This
It's the
is
same as negotiating with
back.
Juventus.
I
It's
think
the
they
same as
want
negotiating with
20 million
Juventus.
from them, no?
they say.
When does
Napoli
this
said
transfer window
it's-
end?
September 1st, I think. Or actually, they might have extended it a few days, but early
little
September.
bit.
Just
Yeah.
they
August
said
31st.
it's 40.
11:59.
The Napoli said they want 40 for Koulibaly on the last year.
They came out and said Koulibaly is, or ADL came out and said Koulibaly is not for sale under any circumstances.
Okay, they all say that, but it's a last year of his contract.
How many years have we gone around the Koulibaly merry-go-round?
Yes, not as long as what's his name?
Well, he's in the last year of his deal.
I don't know what's his name.
Sandro?
What?
Rafinha. Not as long as
No,
Rafinha's done.
we're talking about years invested in Koulibaly merry-go-round.
Well, that's every year with every club. Koulibaly is linked with. But I'm saying,
So-
like, if we get him, why not? He was valued from them for 40 mil early in the window.
That. How many other things were supposed to kind of going to happen? So
I know
again,
Dilonitis.
he's
Sorry.
a crap sting to deal with.
He's
Juve
hard to
are
deal
no,
with. but-
Juventus are no gem to deal with either. So like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna negotiate, if you're negotiating
Italian clubs in
90
general.
something million for
By the
Delict,
way, I haven't heard from your girl tweeting anything about anything in the market. It's just wild. What happened?
Nothing
What's her
about
name?
Jorginho.
No.
I don't have a girl.
Whose girl?
I mean, I do. I have a daughter, but she's married.
No. What's her name? That's that reporter. What's her name?
Oh, Grimes.
Grime, yeah.
I
What
just
happened?
she's what you love,
She's been
man.
quiet.
probably
Yeah, it
because she's
happens.
getting
Honestly, it does happen.
probably because she's taking a daily battering on Twitter from people who
Yeah,
like her.
that's Twitter for you, honestly.
People keep retweeting her stuff every day about
Yeah,
Dembele.
that's the sad truth about Twitter. Like, they won't let it go.
I feel sorry for her. I mean, every reporter gets stuff right and wrong, but they'll come for her.
But
Actually,
she's not a
She's
reporter.
not a reporter though.
No, she's like more.
yeah,
like,
anyone reporting
known,
news,
I guess.
not technically a reporter.
I never understood this fascination with trying to be in the know. I have to know this first. I'm the one that got this for. I don't
That's the
get
problem.
Maybe they find
that
it
at all.
fun. I
That's
don't
not
know.
only. That's not only in
Welcome
sports.
to
That's not only in sports.
social media.
in
Couch.
everything.
That's in the even political news. It's not about the truth anymore. It's about
Oh
who's
no,
first.
I get that. Like if you're a journalist, it's very important to be the first person to break the story, whatever.
She's-
You get all
she's
sorts of
just-
accolades. But if you're just like somebody that's on Twitter, just like like fans
She-
like we are. Oh, I had it first. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just so corny
She's just
to me.
trying to give news as
just
she
went and
as she
changed
gets it or
jersey?
understands it.
Oh, are
Like,
we talking about Grimes?
it's not
Yeah.
Did you
always.
just change the jersey?
Yeah, that one was too tight. I needed something else. But yeah,
The man's been going
Who
to
you
the
trying
gym
to
and trying to
impress here?
hype himself up.
not even that.
It's
It
too
was just
tight.
too
He's
tight.
not
He's
so
been dating that
Yeah.
gym guy for a couple of weeks now. All of a sudden, everything tight.
Ah, fuck you guys. Yeah. So what was this thing with Grimes though? Because she did say like the whole Dembele deal was like agreed, the pre-contract thing was all sorted. So was it a case that was she wrong or was there a change in?
And the thing is,
have a
we
theory
don't
about
know.
that.
what?
I have
We
a
don't
theory
know.
about that.
There could have been a pre-contract sign. It could
I
have
don't believe in
happened. It
pre-contracts,
just didn't
no.
come to light because Dembele just kind of sat on it and didn't actually move forward.
I don't
past
think.
No, but if
Chelsea
it was signed, then
I
like
just don't
wouldn't
think anybody interested in the guy. I
Yeah.
just don't think
If maybe Chelsea pulled it. Maybe they went after Raphinha. So they pulled any kind of pre-deal they had with Dembele. Like, who knows, man? Like the only thing we do know is that like she gets quite a few things right, including numbers and specifics. So it's like to say she's like, oh, she's just a waffler, she doesn't get anything right. Like she gets lots of things spot on, including the numbers way before they come out. So if she gets a miss or two, man, I can't help it if you want to put all your faith in one tweet. Like things happen in the transfer window. It's happening right now to us. We have a here we go done deal from Fabrizio about Raphinha, and now we're all saying he's gone to Barcelona. So shit happens. Like you can't say she doesn't get quite a few
sometimes
things
in big
correct,
piles.
though. Yeah, it
Well,
is what
I
it is.
told people I would explain her tweet that came out on June 2nd. So that was not about a actual contract signed. That was the pre-contract agreement. Because he couldn't sign a contract on June 2nd to play Chelsea Football Club because he was under contract with Barcelona. So you can't have two contracts at the same time. So it was a pre-agreement, whether it was between him and Tuchel or him and Marina or the agents and the old board. But remember, after that, we had to change in management of who was running the transfer market or transfers. Marina was out, Czech was out, and Bowley came in. And I'm guessing what happened was Bowley said, and you saw some reports that he didn't like the injury record. And then you heard that Dembele didn't like the wages that were offered. Those reports went out there. Whether they're reliable or not, I don't know. And so they Boli said, okay, how about Raphinha? I think I can get Raphinha for about 60. Tuchel said, go ahead. They moved on. They made an agreement, moved on. So
Yeah, I think that's
they put that bid in, and it didn't go. All the while working under to get Sterling, and then to get Ake or whoever's next on the list. Whether it's Ake, whether it's Kunde, whether it's
you know where that falls apart though a bit. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just feel like there's holes there, just because this is supposed to be Tuchel's window, right? If Tuchel's identified that he wants Dembele, then Boli shouldn't be worried about injury record or anything of that sort. He should be like, okay, fine. You want to is this where you want to staple your cross or nail yourself to? This is the cross you want to nail yourself to? Then by all means. That's what we've been saying the entire time, right? Anyone that comes in this window is a Tuchel signing. So that's kind of where I'm kind of like, well, what if it comes down to his injury record and that's why they didn't decide to go for him, then we're kind of like go in between two ideas then. Is it Boli or is it Tuchel?
There was also money involved there that supposedly was also reported that you skipped over that Dembele wasn't happy about. All I'm saying, there was questions on both ends, and that's why the deal fell apart.
But the question is, if you sign a pre-agreement,
yes,
right? You're
it's
saying
not
that
binding.
I've agreed. Right, it's not binding, but you've agreed that these are terms that are agreeable to you, right? That's essentially what it means. A pre-agreement means, yeah, I can live with these terms.
Do you know what I think
Am I
is?
wrong, or I don't know.
I just think Dembele.
Why do you sign a pre-agreement and then say, well, this money's not agreeable? Like, why would you even get to the point where you sign a pre-agreement? You just be like, no.
Well, again, it could be if your agent has come to an agreement, they put pen to paper, and it goes back to Dembele, and he goes, I don't like the money terms, and then it goes back to Chelsea, and they go, well, okay, we'll see with the new ownership taking over, and when everybody gets settled, how much more we can add. And then
yeah,
Boli
but
goes,
now he
no,
takes
we're not
even
adding
cut.
anymore
I look
because
at
of his
it,
injury record. All of those things can be true at the same time.
No,
what do we say?
All I'm saying is, I think I always look at a deal, like a pre-agreement, as like a deal memo. Like, here are the components of a deal. You know, like so there's like 4 major components that you're looking at. This is the structure of the deal. We have to work through the fine points, right? When you get to the point where you have a deal memo or you have a pre-agreement, the foundations of the deal is there. It's just everything else that goes with it that you still have to work through. And I don't think that we got to that point with Dembele.
Well, what did we say? Her tweet came out on June 2nd. Like, who was in charge of transfers June 2nd?
It would have been Marina, right?
The board and Marina, right? So that could have Dembele could have been a board Marina. I mean, they looked at him in January. Maybe they thought, let's hold off. We'll get him in the summer for free, which they didn't pay the money, the 15 million or whatever was rumored. And when Boli came in and Boli took over, he talked to Tuchel and they said, hey, we have this thing with Dembele. What do you think? And he said, move on from it. Maybe he said, that's not something I wanted. That's not business I want to do. If Dembele was in fact a board Marina thing, then it makes sense that when Boli took over, he would, and him and Tuchel spoke, and Tuchel said, I'd rather Raphinha over Dembele, that they would just rip that agreement up. And now you kind of soiled things with Dembele, because now he's like, well, we had a pre-agreement, but now you ripped that up. So I'm not sure if Chelsea ever went back in for him. Who knows? But he could have been soiled at that point on coming back to the club. I mean, it makes sense that if it wasn't if he wasn't a true Tuchel signing, that as soon as Boli took over, they just ripped that agreement up and said, "Hey,
that's exactly where I was getting with that. Like, if it's not, we're still at the point where we are still making Tuchel signings then, because Dembele was not a Tuchel signing then. If that's what we're basically coming to right now, he's not.
He could have been Dembele could have been one of those guys that Tuchel was cool with, right? When the board would bring him, hey, we could get Dembele, and he was like, all right, cool. You know, kind of like Lukaku, the Lukaku thing. It's like, hey, we can get Lukaku. All right, cool.
Wow. This is a hell of a quote right here.
Stop.
What?
Barcelona don't care about the people who made history for the club. Dani Alves.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I've heard.
that's because they cut him.
I've heard bad talks about like the boardroom in Barcelona for ages. I remember Puyol after he retired, he took a role as one of the backroom staff and left after a year or two, saying, "I only know two Barcelonas: the Barcelona on the pitch and the Barcelona in the boardroom." And he didn't like the Barcelona in the boardroom. So I wouldn't be too surprised to hear something like that. That sounds very Barcelona-like.
Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna bounce. I got a busy week.
See you, Jester.
I don't know.
No
if I
worries,
can,
my guy.
If I,
Good
if
seeing
I
you.
can be on tomorrow, I've got a cable repair guy coming. So.
Oh yeah, fair
Fine.
enough. No
Yeah.
worries, my guy. Take care of
Yeah, have a
yourself,
good
bro.
one.
Have a good day.
Bye, bro.
Love every time.
Peace.
Later, Justin.
Right, so yeah, we went through the stuff with we went through the stuff with Ronaldo and Raphinha basically.
Can I just quickly
Delict
double back
spoke-
on that real
What?
quick? I just wanted to speak on this whole
Go
striker
for
thing because, like, I kind of missed that. I think you and Duar were talking about, like, you know, whether or not it's a good idea to target like older strikers and stuff like that. I don't think that the age matters for me. I think that it matters the type of striker you're getting. Like, you have to match the profile, because we're talking about building a philosophy of football right now. We're talking about building something that we can use going forward, whether or not, you know, Ronaldo's 37 or, you know, Lewandowski's 33, 34. If those are if that's the profile striker that you want going forward, if they give you 2 or 3 years and then you get the successor in who's in the mold of those strikers, you know, same sort of style of play, that's what you do, because that's how you build the philosophy. That's how you build the structure of play.
So Havertz doesn't fit the philosophy in your idea?
I don't think he does, to be honest. I don't, as a striker, I don't
Okay.
think he does. No.
So he doesn't fit into this. So where does he fit into the team?
That's a very good question. I'm still trying to find that myself. What do you think?
I think he can play up top. I think he has to play up top with somebody. That's what I think.
So as a shadow
So
striker.
yes, so he needs to have somebody like he has to have a striker of certain qualities that to match him. I don't think he's a player where we need to.
What specific qualities does that striker need to have?
So like similar like ball retention qualities. So like Havertz can like drift with the ball and drag defenders away. So yeah, a player that can run into that space that he's now driven he's created by driving the defender away. A player that can acknowledge ones like that. That's why I was so hyped when we were linked to Haaland, because like Havertz and Haaland link up would work so well because of Haaland's movement. I don't really see any other like any other strikers that can model that. Ronaldo and Ronaldo and Lewandowski, I think, are like sicker strikers that just stay there on their own and work by themselves, with people just giving their life and soul to creating to them. And that's not the environment we have here at Chelsea. So I don't think they would work. And I think if we have Havertz and this is like our second year with him, I think if we're 2 years in, why are we just ripping everything up and starting all over again with two strikers that are completely opposite to what we've already started with Havertz? I just don't think that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's finding that the type of striker you're talking about, somebody that, you know, basically can occupy space, provide space, use movement. Like, those strikers they're just not in vogue. Like, there's not a lot of them on offer right now.
So what's and that's the thing. So we don't need to force anything. We don't need to like try and move.
Yeah, but we're talking about like with Ronaldo and potentially Lewandowski, you're talking about stopgap solutions, right? You're not talking about the absolute solution.
Stopgap for what? Stopgap for what? I'm bearing in mind
because we still have to finish top four.
Hold on.
We still have expectations for the season.
We've been doing stopgap signings since our last league title, and it hasn't helped us in any regard. And if you're saying for top four, I'm pretty sure we'll get top four regardless. I
wouldn't guarantee that.
Just suck a dick, Nathaniel. Suck a dick. Anyway, but like I don't see us getting overtaken by anybody.
What's going on here?
It's just Nathaniel, bro.
I have my favorite dick rider on the panel. It's nothing new anyway. But it's like, yeah, we're like Arsenal. No matter what happens, Arsenal or United are not overtaking us. They're just not that good. I don't see it happening. So I don't think there's anything to worry about in that regard.
Lewis. On a serious note, I had a very bad illness the past week.
Thank God Nathaniel's here.
No one cares, Nathaniel.
We didn't know what was going on with transfers. And I'm glad Nathaniel's here to clear it up.
Yeah, Nathaniel, what's your sources saying, bro?
Okay, he wasn't a sore throat.
So Lewis, I'm seriously depressed, man, because Raphinha, listen, I blocked him on all my socials, and listen, I'm not happy with what he did, man. And listen, I'll never forgive him, man.
What,
Like,
snaking
how are you gonna
Arsenal? You're
disrespect?
still pissed about that?
How are you gonna disrespect us and leave
Nah,
us on read? For,
Raphinha,
like,
it is what it is. I couldn't give a shit anymore.
I
Fuck him.
blocked him, man. I hope the worst for him. I hope he gets an ACL. I don't care, man. This guy's a fool.
Okay, maybe I'm not going that far, but
I'm
just
going
fuck
that far.
him.
I'm going that far.
Yeah, I'm not
And
gonna
if
wish
he-
like a year-long injury on him. I'm not that.
Stupidity.
Did your sources tell you about him getting ACL? Is that happening?
The clan, you chill out, man.
Right, tell us what's going on. We're in debacle here. There's so much transfer news. It's so unclear. Someone's going, someone's coming. Is it Gnabry?
Serge Gnabry, he'll have medical at Chelsea next week. Serge Gnabry's coming there.
Gnabry's having a medical check. Oh, you're waffling. You're waffling. That's cool, man.
Okay then.
That's
Wait and
alright.
see next week.
Yeah, cool. What are we gonna say? 48 hours or some
I
shit?
hope.
Why would his medical take a whole week?
When were we even having talks with Gnabry? I just know there's interest. That's it.
I hope.
We're gonna start. We're starting next week.
But
If we don't get signing, wait. If we don't get a defensive signing in this week or next week, I think Bodie should be sacked, man. Sack Bodie. I don't know. How you made
Bodie
signings?
should be sacked. Bodie should be sacked. He's yeah.
How you
No,
made
nice
signings?
quality.
How are you going to sack someone who owns
Man, you have signed someone. Everyone signed someone. We signed nobody.
What do you think, guys? What do you think of that Michael Olise? I think he's a quality player.
Olise would be nice.
Man. Nah.
Who's better? Who did you say was better?
Josco, be
Who's
quiet.
better than Olise?
No way or no way is better than fucking.
He said Hudson-Odoi is better than
Olise.
finished.
No, and I like Cho. But you know what? You
Please
know
don't.
what?
Please
Actually, no. That's a nice point. How about you send Cho the other way?
Yeah. Do that, yeah.
Send Cho the other way. Make him loan deal or permanent. Like, fuck it. Let him cook there.
Really good young kid. Really good perspective. Now it's the time to get him.
Yeah, no, he had a really good first season for Crystal Palace. Like, that would be good. That would be a good move for us. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section as well.
I don't
Lewis,
think.
you told me your feelings come to Chelsea. Why did you lie to me? Lewis, why did you lie to me?
I think your mama was lying to you first. But we move on.
Alex, I wasn't speaking to you, bro.
Fuck my
I wasn't answering.
Anyway, next of all.
Your internet, yeah.
Lewis.
Andrew, I don't know why you're talking this fucking you're gonna back Raphinha after one game or some shit. I told you the guy was.
Oh yeah, Duoscope.
You would though.
Wait, what? Duoscope?
Why are you talking to me?
Now we'll never know. Now we'll never know.
Why are you talking to me?
Duoscope.
Leave me alone. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. Shut up. Stop.
Duoscope, it's okay. Just let him talk to thin air.
Where's Frosted Myth?
That's what we do with the
Yeah. Where's Frosted Myth? I still need to give you your UCL final kit.
Someone called out. Someone put the sticker up.
Duoscope's modded, man. Duoscope's modded.
How am I modded with everything I've said?
Here, man, I need your address. Send me the addy, and I can send you your kit. Like, come on, man.
What kind of a name is Duoscope? What kind of a name is Duoscope?
It's the name of your father, mate.
Frosted Myth, you have until the end of the stream to give your address. If not, I'll give my address.
The problem is,
he's my neighbour. He's my Aussie neighbour. I'll give it to him.
Frosted Myth has said to Lewis now that he's only going to pay super chats in instalments, but from next year. So he's got loud bracket.
Lewis, got a question.
You can get father in, okay?
Going to pull the lever, financial lever next week.
Lewis, you want Bernard to stay?
You what?
Yo, Lewis, you want Bernard to stay? Bernard,
no.
See you, Josh.
You know Lewis? You don't like him,
Josh, take care, bro.
Hi,
guy.
I've been seeing Chelsea fans wanting Bernard to play number 9. Oh, I'm done, man. I'm
and they're terrible people who don't value this club.
I might I might have to be a Real Madrid fan, man, because
If you are a Timo Werner fan, you are an enemy of progress. Sorry, Chris.
Oh, so you
Real Madrid.
Oh, speaking of, yes, Fata, what are you saying?
Hey, Fata.
Yeah.
That was an
Oh,
echo.
look, Fata and Andrew wanking to each other.
Yeah.
One sec. There we go.
I need to get that picture too.
No, that's you when you see Kennedy come on the pitch.
We need to make a cult.
A what?
We both locked in. Never mind.
A cult.
Yeah, of that picture.
Oh, I thought you meant a Werner cult. I was going to say, get the fuck out of here with that. Take the cult to Bayern with him or some shit.
He would suit Bayern.
And you know what? There you go. They need a striker if Lewandowski goes. There you go. You can have Werner. You can run into space for you guys and win a few Bundesligas.
Lewis,
there you go.
You know, I blame you, Lewis. I blame you for all of this, Lewis. I blame you for all of this. Why the heck am I saying Malang Sarr in the preseason?
I'll keep an eye on that. What?
Why am I seeing Malang Sarr? Why am I seeing Malang Sarr in preseason?
Why is that Lewis's fault?
Oh dear, man. Malang Sarr.
I don't know why we're seeing Malang Sarr in pre-season. No one wants him on loan last season, and he didn't do anything throughout the season to justify another club coming in for him for another loan spell. So probably stuck with him for another year. This is what happens when you pay 100k a week wages to people who don't deserve it. But here we are. But we didn't want to give AC or Rudiger 200k a week. Thank you, Marina. Thank you. Fucking stupid ass woman.
Yeah, look, I got to dip, man. I got to dip, but I'll see you another time. Yeah, big up.
Yeah, no worries, bruv. Take care of yourself. Big up. Glad you feel better.
It didn't even cost anything.
Whoa!
Damn it! Can't be on. Fuck's sake.
What happened? Holy shit!
Nothing, Fata. Nothing, Fata.
Wow,
no,
Fata.
no, wait. What
What?
did you say? One say I dip?
What?
Yeah, I know. And no one kicked him out. Like, good for him. Fucking good for
free.
him. But we move.
As a
Right,
bonus.
let's see. Rather soft. After De Ligt, Chelsea have Milan Skriniar on their list, and their cheaper alternative is Koulibaly. But finding a solution with the Laurinaitis could take weeks. We need to sort out a defender ASAP, but like it's not gonna take a week or two. It's probably gonna be done by the end of the month if we even get there.
Sure.
I think we're gonna end up going for De Ligt regardless of the price tag because he is Tuchel's #1 pick. But I'm kind of with Alex as well, where the more I think about it, is it really worth the price tag when we could still just go for Koundé? Not really as sure, but we move.
You talk about Skriniar, like, is he like 50 million max as well? I think he's about 50 million max, so like that'd be good.
If that's
him.
the case, I'd go for him.
Yeah.
I thought it was 80.
Koundé. I'd love to take.
I
Koundé.
frosted lips.
euros.
Stay for that, bro.
Yeah, 50 sounds way too low. We would have gone for him. I'm
80
hoping already.
euros.
I don't know.
It's what it is.
Isn't Koundé like 50 something million, and we ain't gone for him really?
He's at least 60.
Koundé
Is anyone
was
worried that the
65 euros.
The Koundé
What's his
deal might
name?
be dead?
Koulibaly was 40, and Skriniar was 80.
80.
Yeah, 80 euros.
Oh, so around like 60 something million pounds then.
70, close to 70.
I don't know, like it's not much of a. Wait, how much would De Ligt cost Chelsea? Like 18 million?
Is 40.
Yeah, Ake's not bad. Like he's gonna be a backup at Chelsea probably.
I think he can. I think he can push himself into the.
Oh no, yeah, he'll fight for his position, I think. But like, if we say we got a sample like De Ligt and another centre back, maybe Koulibaly or maybe a Koundé, I don't know, and Nathan Ake. I think Nathan Ake will be the backup because Thiago Silva's obviously a main star in the team. So
yeah, high profile backup. I don't mind Nathan Ake at all. Like I don't
mind him either.
Too much grief. Like,
yeah,
he's a decent. He was on the bench. Yeah, he's on the bench. But he can challenge for minutes for us. You know what I mean?
What's his name? 2 years ago, Chelsea fans, why we're not getting his release clause when City was getting him?
True.
Oh, all the Chelsea fans, why? If he's good for City, then he's good for us. Why we're not activating? And that's the reason. It was during the time when we had Rudiger, and people were fucking off Rudiger, saying Rudiger is not good enough. Ake is better. That's the time period.
And it's now, Alex. Why aren't we making signings? We'll make a Sterling signing and Nathan Ake signing, and then we're complaining about it. That's what it is.
City,
Like,
City don't
can't
even
win.
want Ake to leave, but it's because we're getting their fourth choice
Yeah.
center back. Everyone's like, we don't want him.
Quick question.
Okay.
By
Why
the
is
way,
it taking-
Sterling did not want to leave City.
Mhm.
No, I mean they did
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
City did not push Sterling out. Sterling wanted out.
Yeah, they were willing to keep. They wanted to re-sign him for
They
another
want to
few
resign
years.
him. He just doesn't want to play for Pep.
That, and he wants to feel like one of the main men in the squad, and he doesn't really feel like that Man City anymore.
I don't
Which I
think
still
it's
thought
anything
like him
true.
next to Haaland, I thought would have cooked personally, but is what
I
it is.
think
We've
he's
got
actually
Raheem, so-
better. I think he was better off Haaland because they're gonna. I don't know. We'll see how Haaland is gonna play next this season. I'm telling you, man, it's really interesting to see. That's why I think City is not gonna be as high as people think.
Mm.
But
What in terms of the table? I
no,
can't
no,
lie.
no. I think it's downgrade by letting Sterling go and let Haaland play.
I
You
don't
reckon?
because they still have a front three of like
No,
let's
I'm
say
saying
Grealish,
Haaland
Rashford.
is such a not. Haaland for me, it's the same as Thierry Henry to Barcelona when Pep was there. He's the same as Zlatan when Pep was there. Same as what's his name?
Lewandowski.
Lewandowski.
Yeah.
He is not Pep Guardiola's forward. I'm just
Probably-
interested to see.
Could be a board signing for the first time.
First time I see Pato stand.
I'm not sure, to be honest, because Guardiola's got 100% control of that club. If they wanted him, if he comes
Yeah,
in, he
it's on
comes in
him.
with a
It's on him,
Guardiola choice.
definitely. It's
Yeah,
on him, but he is
I think
not.
Guardiola's future might be a little uncertain, and Man City see this player for a very
Yeah,
long
because
term.
Guardiola's
well, it's-
future uncertain.
Yeah,
Didn't he say
because
like
he
2 seasons
wanted to
ago this would
leave.
be
He
his
wanted
last?
to leave next season. Remember?
Yeah,
At the
but
end of the season.
didn't he sign a new contract for a few years?
Not that I know
I
of.
think for 3 years, wasn't it?
Let me check.
When?
I'm
No,
sure
that was
Guardiola
Klopp
signed him.
renew. That was Klopp renew.
No,
his
I'm sure they
contract.
both
yeah, I might
did.
have.
No, Pep did
No,
not.
I didn't
renew
hear
his
anything
contract.
about Pep.
Klopp
Let me
renewed.
check.
Pep didn't. Pep hasn't signed his extension. Yeah, it's true. First of all, he said that he's leaving at the end of next season.
This season, I think this
This
Okay,
season,
so,
yeah.
that like
no,
2
wait,
seasons ago.
wait. In May, it said Pep Guardiola has agreed in principle an extended deal that will keep him at the Etihad until 2025. So
Yeah.
there was a 2-year extension.
It's
on that.
basically if we're not winning a championship league.
Yeah, in principle. So maybe he's just waiting. And see how
Yeah,
they
so it
do.
might be a verbal agreement or something. Okay, so it's kind of in the middle then.
I was going to ask about Haaland. If he's not firing, he's not fitting into their system, then is he the kind of player that Pep would be okay with dropping? I'm guessing.
No, yes, but it's like we've seen so
How's that
many
gonna work?
players that come in and don't immediately bed into Guardiola's system. Cancelo, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Jack Grealish, for example. I've already said, like, I wouldn't be too surprised if Erling Haaland doesn't hit the ground running. I really
I wouldn't be
shocked
either.
with it.
But
But I think Erling Haaland's second season is where you're really going to see him cook. Like, if he has a 15 to 20 goal season in just the Premier League, like, people are going to be on him, but I'm not going to be surprised. I really wouldn't be too shocked.
Actually, I
But
won't be
new
surprised
league,
either.
It's a new system.
I don't see him hitting the round running there either. But I'm saying, is he going to be okay with getting dropped or getting less minutes than what? Because think about his personality. Could
Yeah,
that
yeah.
cause him issues?
Yeah, but, like, he hasn't been at a club of the quality of Man City. So it's like, if you do end up getting dropped, that's the game, bruv. You need to perform. And if he can't take that, then it just says more about him, to be honest.
I think it's I think it's a wrong signing for City. I think they
He's
should have
flapping
stick-
cheeks. What the fuck?
Oh, I was cutting
Just stop
something.
now.
My bad.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
That sounded like clapping cheeks.
Yeah, bruv. Slow, but like heavy thrusts. But it's cool. It's cool. Whoever was speaking last, what were you saying anyway?
I think Chelsea should go for midfielder now. That will help the defenders, actually. If we get proper midfield, it will help. It'll make average defenders look better.
Do you know who though? Like, who would you go for? Like, you said like proper midfielder,
Yeah.
defensive.
Our
what's his
closest
name?
link was Savić.
Yeah,
Don't
but
really
isn't he more of a creator?
Yeah, he's
That's
more
what I'm
box to
looking
box.
for. I'm looking for Neves.
Neves would be a decent shout.
What's his name? Wolves player.
Yeah, I know who you're on about.
I want him.
Because he's not like too much. I don't think he would. He'd be like 40, 50 million, surely. Not like,
Sangare would be a decent option. I've seen we're linked with him. Verratti wouldn't leave PSG. I haven't heard anything to say he'd be on his way out. Nunes would be nice, but again, he's a box-to-box option. That would be the similar type with Savić, and I think that only happens if N'Golo Kante leaves. So I think other than that, you need someone for the defensive phase, in my opinion. Like, be it competition with Jorginho or a Jorginho replacement. But if it's a Jorginho replacement, then we need two, in my opinion.
Yeah, we need a Jorginho replacement. I think we got too many of the
replacement or competition.
Yeah, I think we got too many players that can play the other off Jorginho. But when Jorginho doesn't play, that's when we have a bit of trouble combining, you know, Kova and Kante together, or if it's Loftus-Cheek and one of those three. Yeah, the combination hasn't been that great. Yeah, I'm still holding hopes for De Jong that we are in the mix.
I don't think it's happening.
It wouldn't be a bad shout. As much as I feel like it's the same as Jorginho type of player, he's a little bit more physical, by the way, and his passing range is really, really good. So,
what Neves?
No, well, I want Neves.
Yeah.
But if De Jong is, I'll take De Jong too.
He's not really
De Jong. One thing with De Jong we need to be aware of is his defensive ability. But the reason he's not doing well at Barcelona is what they thought he could play as a single pivot, so someone that can take over Busquets, but he can't do that. His defensive capabilities are very bad. So if you get him, you're gonna have the same issue you have with Jorginho. But the only thing is he released the ball quickly. He's a bit better going forward. But the issue that you have with Jorginho running back, I think we might have the same issue with De Jong, unless you pair it.
De Jong actually can run.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's more physically capable, but his defensive awareness is like crap.
It's crap.
Jorginho's defensive awareness is high, actually, but he just can't do anything.
He knows what to do defensively, Jorginho. He just doesn't have the
legs.
The
legs,
the physicality, the body.
He knows where to be. He just can't get there.
Yeah,
he doesn't have
I think what did
Mourinho call it? Defensive intelligence, when to tackle.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. That's what I want actually from Jorginho.
Links in the chat, people.
If Jorginho could release the ball going forward immediately, the time that he got it, he wouldn't have to go back and chase it.
Yes.
So in that particular point, I will okay with De Jong. That's the only way. But if I had the choice, still De Jong won't be my number one choice in that position. I will take Wolves guy over De Jong.
Yeah. I think if we get De Jong,
at Chelsea, because the way I like to be played.
Yeah. If we get De Jong, I see him more as someone that can replace Kovacic in a way than Jorginho. If I have De Jong, I want to have a solid defensive midfielder, because you can't restrict De Jong purely on that defensive role. You want to have him go up the pitch as well, because his short passes are really good. Yeah, but
SMS. People saying SMS is more physical. I agree. I think we think that we're looking for a single DM, but I don't think we are, because Tuchel still likes play two in the pivot. He just wants to make sure that at least one of them disciplined enough to sustain and stay back. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the discipline. Like, you can't tell Kante to stop going forward. You just can't.
You can't. No.
Yeah. Same with Kovacic. If he gets the ball, he's automatically just start chasing forward. But somebody has to be disciplined. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm eager to see what the youngsters do in preseason. Another thing, that's when I'm gonna go on the Tuchel and the board. If we do not sign nobody to help Sterling up front, and Sterling is going to be the only player that we sign up front, and we sell Broja, I will fucking lose my shit with Thomas Tuchel. Because if
Broja stay, you're right, yeah?
I'm okay if Sterling stay because if we get Sterling and not buying anybody else in the forward position and let Broja go to West Ham, especially we sell him to West Ham, I'll fucking lose my shit. I can promise you that. If you think that I will be Jorginho out, wait until next season when I'm gonna be Thomas Tuchel out. That front is not gonna happen.
Yeah, none of the attackers we have in there, apart from Broja, can really complement Sterling the way I see it now.
Broja is better complement Sterling than Kai Havertz.
Is Broja pushing for a move himself though?
I don't know. No, because he just signed the contract last season.
Yeah, but I feel like
last season, this season,
play,
things
right?
can change.
Contracts don't
I feel like he wants to play.
The club. Contracts
Then Chelsea doesn't have.
What is it, Andrew?
Chelsea does not have to sell him.
Contracts don't matter. It's just to protect the club. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no matter if he signed it last week or a year ago.
I'm telling you, if he signed the contract last season and Chelsea does not want to sell him, but he forces to sell him, he's a kid. Bench him for 4 years. Let's see what that happens.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, realistically,
it's a bit extreme.
I was under the impression that he only had 2 years left on his contract.
No, he just signed the contract.
No, he just signed one last year.
Yeah.
If he just signed one, isn't that intent to stay?
He just signed it.
At that moment,
he
but the kid wants to play now, right?
He signed it because he had so many years left. Chelsea weren't going to loan him out until he signed a new contract.
Yeah.
Same with Gallagher. Same with Gallagher last season as well.
That was Chelsea's.
Because if they only have 2 years left and they go on a year loan and they bang out, they're not going to get a lot of money for them because there's only a year left. But if they sign that and they do well and they've got 4 years left, you get more money for them.
Exactly.
So that's what they're doing. That's why Harvey Vale has not gone on loan yet because he's only got a year left. There's no point sending him out loan because you just lose any money on him. So until Harvey Vale signs
it's the same issue. It's the same issue I will have with Chelsea right this minute. What's the defender name? Chelsea name?
Colwill.
For example, if we sell Colwill and we keep Sarr, you better fucking hope because I'm going after that Tuchel again.
Yeah.
We can't sell Sarr.
This transfer window will either be looked at as a stroke of genius, or at the end of the season, we're going to be looking at Tuchel and saying, you had the keys and you fucked it.
So talking about these youngsters,
simple as. And people won't like to hear it, but I've already said, I'm not holding anyone and babying anybody, be it Kai Havertz, be it Kante, be it Tuchel, be it anybody. I need to see success. I need to see consistency. And if I don't see that in anywhere, I'm going to call it out, regardless. Even Jorginho. If Jorginho isn't consistent next season, I'm going to be going for him too. The same way as anybody. Everybody is on fraud watch. Except like the 3 that I already said, Kovacic, James Silva. Everyone else, I've got my eye on them for next season.
With Tuchel, I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm definitely...
Yeah, we won't jump the gun, but like, there's going to be there's 2 different extremes.
Some people are. Like, some people on Twitter,
there's 2 different extremes. Some will jump the gun. Some will wait years before actually saying Tuchel out. It will be like a Wenger situation. And I'm not here for either of that. I'm not going to cuss him out after the first few games, but in the first few months, like if you can see a clear decline and we aren't improving, then I'm going to be like, well, what the fuck?
I don't know if you guys have seen follow Mike Green on Twitter. You know what I'm talking about? Mike, he's like
everyone talks about this Mike guy on Twitter.
The most
I
negative
haven't
person.
heard much from him.
What he's talking about, a lot of things he's saying, like I get it and I understand, but he's like, I feel like his agenda is taking too much like control of what he's saying. You can tell he's not even willing to just wait and give Tuchel the benefit of the doubt. And if Tuchel fails this next season, then go at him. But he hasn't even done anything yet.
I was going at Tuchel already.
Oh, he's been going at Tuchel.
Can I ask Stefano, because we're talking about youngsters, can I ask Stefano, what, if you're watching the preseason, what are the youngsters you're keeping an eye on and you potentially want to see in a starting 11 or at least in being retained in the squad?
Colwill, Gallagher, Broja, but to be honest, I'm looking at all of them. I just want to see who impresses me.
if Colwell wants to leave, I don't think I really blame Tuchel too much. He's just there not to
Does
fight,
he
really.
want to
Like,
leave?
yeah, well, like if he leaves, doesn't want to fight for his position, and what's that say about Colwell to me?
No,
I don't know,
I wouldn't say it like that. It's
What does
like
that
go
say?
to a Premier League club and play regularly, or go to Chelsea and sit in the bench half the
If
season.
Yeah, I like
Broja-
Barcelona.
Look, if Broja forces the move, if Broja forces the move, make sure you get the buyback clause.
Yeah.
Sale or
Yeah,
something
that's
like
the
that.
move. Because it sounds like, from what I've been hearing, like,
Alex,
in
this
the
is what I
news and
meant,
stuff
by
like
the
that.
way. Look at it. God forbid you say one little bit of criticism about people's favourites and they start crying.
Yeah.
Like, we're not saying Tuchel out, but we're saying if we go backwards and he gets his targets, then it's on him. And he
Yeah,
deserves
exactly.
the
Job,
criticism.
I'll be
And if you
alright.
cannot criticise him when he gets given the keys, you're sheep. Simple as sheep. I'm not a sheep. I will call out whatever I see that I don't think is correct, or whoever
Yeah.
isn't pulling their weight, regardless
I
of
just
it
wanted
being
to-
the player or the manager. Don't need to cry
And
about
also,
it.
I'll do the job if that guy really wants to.
I'd love to do the
First
Chelsea
of all,
job.
Ronaldo
Tuchel obviously
in.
knows.
So
Tuchel
Give me the
obviously
keys.
knows way more than
We'll
we
win
do.
everything.
But
Yeah.
if he bottles it, then we're
Raphinha
within our
wing
rights
back.
to criticize him.
Yeah.
Hey, what
Well,
about a
why are we
Gnabry
acting
wing
like he's
back?
away from criticism? Oh wait, I know. You won the Champions League. It's the same argument for Havertz and
For
Kante. Same old shit.
exactly.
Same
Hey,
old
but
shit.
I
They have
think
money in the bank
it's
forever.
I think it's probably smarter to not tread lightly, but we don't know how Bowley and this consortium group are. I think that there's a possibility they give Tuchel like 3 seasons cash. Like, I mean, like they're gonna like maybe
Like a
they're in
plan.
no rush. Yeah, like a plan. Like Tuchel can do. Maybe he can do okay, and we would say some people will go, nah, not good enough. I want him out. But it takes 3 years for him to get him out. It's going to be like there's
I
no
don't-
reactionary.
That would be 8
I get it,
years.
Alex. We are so
that would
used
be
to.
8 years.
That's
since
what I'm
we
saying.
won
We
the
are so
Premier League.
used to. Look, we are so used to a manager leaving so quick, right? That this consortium might
It's not
be
about
very.
that. It's not about that, Declare. It's about what we had last
Tuchel
season.
is not going anywhere.
No one's saying he's not.
I think you
bro.
missed the point, man.
Yeah, and
By the
also
way,
to Vic
welcome.
Cole as well, just before you go as well. We're saying this though. Like, we are saying we're going to give him his chance. We're saying if we go backwards and he gets the transfers, then we're going to criticize. But that's just it. Like, we are going to give him a chance. Go on, Alex. Go on.
Vic, I don't think you're listening.
What I'm saying is with Chelsea last season, we're not that far, and I still think we're not that far from actually being with City and Liverpool nose to nose until the end. The reason why I still think that, because our squad was exhaustively bad injuries and COVID throughout the season, last season. The players do not. Okay, we left. We had a good defense. I agree with you, but one thing Tuchel has is he can set up the defense, because we went from open the gate to completely shut. Nobody barely can score against us. So Tuchel at least can set up the defense. I know that for a fact. The problem is, for me, to make forward strike better up front, you need the better midfield. And I will
It's the
always
balance,
say,
though, right?
yes, exactly. The thing,
Because, like,
Very good point. But
the
we need
thing
to.
is, with Chelsea, and it's my personal view, with any football team and ever, the midfield is the one that wins the titles, not the forwards, not the defense. Because if you properly set up the midfield, you have the players that help the defense in the midfield, and your midfield can help the offense.
Right.
That's
Right.
how you build it. But we don't do it. I see the youngsters. I'm happy Gallagher is coming in. I'm happy Mount is coming. I'm happy with players that we have. The players that we have in the midfield right now, they can help forwards. I can see the ones. The players that we have in the back of in the midfield that can help the back, I don't see it.
Yeah,
So no matter who you buy in any defense, I don't see. For example, if we buy an Ake but not improving midfield, we open the gates. You see what I'm saying?
Good
But if
point.
we-
That's why we need Jorginho
But if
out.
we, It's not necessary defensive. It's
Is
Jorginho
this
needs
your
to
mate,
get
Alex?
out.
Is this guy your mate? Did you give him the link? He just came here to go, hey, we need Jorginho.
No, no, no.
I haven't heard him say anything.
serious.
7 times out of 10 I thought that.
Yeah, I
Our
believe
team,
you're
right?
serious.
Our whole team.
I don't know who the
The way
guy
our
is,
team
but
plays.
Hey, but he didn't say
if-
anything. He just
yo,
said Jorginho
No,
out.
the way our team
if you
plays,
want,
if
if
we
you
don't have a
if you
proper
want Jorginho
DM,
out, you're my man. But
Jorginho
if-
has to get out. He's the only bad link we got in our team. A
No,
better DM.
no.
Oh, yeah, I know this is your mate, Alex. This is your mate.
Hold on a second. Hold on a
What
second.
are we talking
Can I
about
finish?
here?
Can I finish? My
Go on,
point
go on.
is, if we're not strengthening that position in the midfield that helps the defense, the only thing we can get scored, it's back three. That's it.
Yeah.
If we're staying with the same midfield as last season, we're gonna play in the midfield in the back three, because that's the only way we can stop conceding.
And to declare your statement about Tuchel getting up to 3 seasons if he's not really performing the way we want it to be, I'm kind of okay with it, because the way I see this first season is it's a bit of a wash, because we don't even have a director of football. We can question Tuchel's talent ID and some of the decisions he's making. Well, I don't like it either, but I do think this is where it's the importance of a director of football will come in. Next season, hopefully we can have that guy in and he can kind of take over these decisions that Tuchel's making and make better, smarter decisions. And so I would be more willing to see what Tuchel does with a director of football. At the moment, things are a bit of a mess, it looks like to me.
He is the director of football. I agree with you. I wasn't saying it as a bad thing. I actually didn't like how quick we got rid of managers in the past. And giving manager time is probably going to be a great new feeling. But at the same time, giving certain managers time might make it worse, right?
Yeah,
and we might wish
There's
for that
no way
quick
to know.
swift change. Yeah. But I mean, I felt that some managers deserved a bit more time. So I want to see a manager. I want to know for sure that the managers had enough time to express the way he wants to play, got his players, and it didn't work out. Next, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, we didn't get that before.
Yeah, we haven't had a stable team since we won the league. Every single, if you watch, it's always been like we're in a perpetual rebuilding. Even last season, after winning the Champions League, you think, we're gonna kick on and start again. Again, boom, sanction. Now new owners, rebuilding again. Under Lampard, COVID, rebuilding again. So we've been in this rebuilding phase for so long. I feel like I think it's time to give the manager stability. For me, Tuchel reign begins from next season, because last season with the sanction, the season just felt like another one of those rebuilding season. It didn't feel like a season where we have something and then we can build on top of that. Now it feels like we need to start again. We've lost our entire back line. We only have one centre back, no, actually 2 centre backs. That's it. We need to rebuild the entire defensive unit. That's gonna be a new team. The defense unit need to gel. We need to get used to playing together. So again, I'll give Tuchel another 3 seasons. Yeah, to get everything right.
And that goes for next manager too. Like, yeah.
One sec. Oh yeah, sorry, just had to go through the super chat. I forgot all about it. Kay says again, we put you in for the lottery as well. Once we do it as well, let me know you guys as Insta or Snap or Twitter so I can know where to send the shirt off to. But he says, if Chelsea does not sign a striker to complement Sterling, we will struggle to get top 4 this season. I don't see us getting much out of Kyle Brozier. Now, again, it still depends on the other areas of the pitch. We have to sort out our defence, wing backs, midfield as well. But I'll be real, I don't see us getting much more out of Havertz than we already have, unless he continues to improve. Brozier is a bit of a question mark. Don't really have an idea about. But this is why I said I want a striker over creator. We need a prolific goal scorer first and foremost. Mount can create. Havertz can create. Well, that's what we've been told. So we can give him 1 season in that mold to try and be our creative outlet. Take care of yourself, Andrew, as well. Number one thing we need is a goal scorer.
But Luis, don't you feel like this is the same thing we were saying last summer? All we need is a goal scorer. I don't think that's all we need. I think we need. I agree
We
with
need
you.
you're right.
That's
We
what
need
it
a
looked
goal
like,
scorer,
Rodriguez.
but not a donkey.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. No Lukaku. No Lukaku. We took our L there. Is what it is.
No, we didn't. You did.
We are a football club. We are a football club. We take our W's and our L's together as a team, as a unit.
Boost is not taking this L
It's
alone.
our L. And also on the topic of L's, to all England fans, I'd like to wish you guys a happy anniversary and an obligatory hold that. Big up yourselves.
Yep, hold
But
that.
yeah, did just realise it was the anniversary, so yeah, that's safe.
Yeah, I saw you on Twitter. You wank. I
Yeah.
saw it.
I saw it too.
Oh whoa, I didn't do anything. Yeah. Thought press the wrong button. We move.
He already have a Sterling with Ballon d'Or, and he's. Why you ruin Sterling's legacy, man?
Let's go. No, we haven't done that. We have raised his legacy.
You jinx it now.
You jinxed it, man.
Sterling said he wanted to come Chelsea so he could have a chance of winning the Ballon d'Or. So we're gonna speak it into existence. Come on, guys. You already know what it is.
You know you're the worst.
It's gonna be hard to beat
You're the
Jorginho for
worst.
that.
Like, people need to do this and listen to me exactly what as I say. Stop putting players' names on your jerseys. Stop.
I only get them at the end of seasons. I never get at the start. I always get at the end, so I don't fuck up. Although I'd say that I was like an hour away from getting a Lukaku shirt before the DiMarzio quotes dropped. So I won't speak with too much energy. But yeah, get your shirts printed at the end of the season, people, so you never make any L's.
Even
It's
with
not
one
about the
season,
L's.
it's too risky.
It's about the club. It's not about the players. If I
What do you
see
mean about the
somebody older than 10, 15 years old has a name on the jersey, it's sad to me. It's literally sad to me.
Nah,
So it's sad that I'm wearing a Christensen shirt right now.
Yeah, it's really, really sad.
Why?
Why? Because it's a club first, and you like.
No, I get legends like Aspie and stuff and Hazard.
You can
Yeah,
have
and I get legends as well, bruv. Have some respect.
you can have a
I
favorite
do.
player,
I
though.
do it for like
And
names
the
like
show,
legends
that's
mainly
the
though.
show.
Alex. Like I got Aspie last season because I ain't
No,
got an Aspie.
you are 15. I'm okay with you.
Okay,
Evan,
okay,
but
okay. I'm 15.
Yeah, but there's no harm having a favorite player.
Nobody said you can
not-
stop
it's not
having
my
a favorite
well, yeah,
player.
he is,
player.
actually. I can't
You
lie.
can tattoo his name on your.
I don't
ass
want
if
to do
you
that.
want.
Fuck that. Having a man's tattoo on your nah.
Yeah, you can burn a jersey if you need to. You can't burn a tattoo off your
Just a random
balls or whatever.
a random guy on your body.
What
Nah,
I'm
but-
saying is, it's. I tell you the truth. Sometimes I feel like maybe start wearing more polo shirts instead of jerseys, like a Chelsea polos or Chelsea dress shirt, like age appropriate. Nah, I will never stop wearing Chelsea jersey.
And so if you're over 18 and you put a player's name on your shirt, your hard drive needs checking. That can't be your. What's wrong with just getting your favorite players on the back of your shirt?
No, but it's not as bad as
Come
wearing
on,
shin
guys.
pads. It's not as bad
I'm
as wearing
serious. It looks so
the full
weird
kit.
to me.
I think
Yeah,
you
that's
wear.
Just because it's not the guy with the name on the back, and it's just.
I've
you're
had
just
my
wearing
own name on
someone's
as well.
random name on the back, or what?
What about the full kit?
I actually can understand
What the
more if you
feeling-
put your kid name on the back of Chelsea jersey than actually.
What, like putting your actual name?
Yeah.
No, because I've got friends that do it, but then to me, like, it hasn't really got any resale value. Like, if you want to end up selling your old shirts or something, yeah, look at me. I got an old Hazard shirt if anyone wants it or something like that.
Yeah, I got
You know, like the
yeah.
shirts that sell used football shirts, like classic football shirts and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Classic
I was gonna
football
say, if you
shirt.
had the intent of selling it, you wouldn't wear it.
No.
No, I've got shirts that like I keep in good condition. I could sell in the future if I wanted to. Like, I don't know, like
For me, I'm
Champions
bad
League
with
final
people,
kit,
people
for
in
More
full
of a
kit.
collection. I agree with that.
Yeah, people in full kits like really bother me so much. I see like full that with shorts, Chelsea.
Oh no,
on.
don't get shorts.
Those are called full kit wankers, man.
Yes, full kit wankers.
Oh yeah, no what full kits. Yeah, that's where I draw the line as well. You're wearing the shirt, shorts, and all of that. Yeah,
I draw a line.
No, 'cause that actually does look weird. Like I don't. If you get a name on the back of your shirt, it's not that
Well,
deep.
you see-
if you're
you see,
wearing like
I
a
can-
full
look,
kit, like you're about to go and have a
I
90-minute
can
nap.
understand-
Exactly.
I can understand people in England have a name because they never see the sun, so they always wear jackets over it. So it still only can see the top
Yeah, so it's
because
like
you never
hoodie
see the
shirts and
names.
shit.
You
Yeah,
never
yeah, I
see the
get you.
name.
But then there's even more likely why you never see anyone wearing a full kit. That's why if you wear a full kit, that's where it's like, hey, what's wrong with you?
You check your hard drive.
Yeah, that's where you should get your hard drive checked, not for names on the back.
You just
But,
go
like,
out
that's
and
where I
about with the
draw the
full
line.
kit. It's just, yeah, it's absurd. That is.
The last
Yeah.
person I put, well, I didn't put. The last person was John Terry, and after the slip in Moscow, I put John
Oh,
Terry's
fucking
name
hell.
because the slip, because I wanted to people call me and try to say something to me. So I could.
Oh, so someone does. Yeah, I'm wearing
I-
JT. Try and
yeah.
chat shit to me. Yeah.
I dare you, motherfucker, to say something to me.
But
But
the last person I got on the back of my shirt was OC.
But then when he when he started working with Manchester City over salary,
I didn't actually get his name. I got a
that was
Lampard.
the last time I were like. put the
JT
name
was
on
the first name I got. It was like my 06, 07 kit when I was like 7 or 8 or something like that.
After
I just heard
that-
he was Chelsea's best player. So I
After
just
that,
thought,
no, just think about it. If JT is considered one of the goats of Chelsea, and he put the Chelsea Football Club in like as a bargaining chip towards somebody else, how sad is that? You see what I'm saying?
Right,
So
Lampard-
for me, that's what represents the name on the people's because that name can ruin the legacy of the same football club that you respect. And I was like, it's it from now on.
and it could
there's
also
not
ruin
gonna-
one of your favorite kits.
Exactly, and after that, it's not gonna be like I said, it's not gonna be anybody's name on Chelsea's jersey. I am teaching my kids that my kids ain't putting no Pulisic name, no.
Oh yeah, we'll
no.
Pulisic. What about shit?
No, it's because of.
You were
because
gonna
it's the
say what
club.
about Jorginho, weren't you?
I
Yeah,
don't even
I
know.
fucking knew
Jorginho
it.
is forbidden name in my house. But...
Jonathan Moriera
Just
said,
let
"Just let
people
people
leave.
live." Hey, look, if you not wear a full kit, like it's completely up to you. I'm not gonna be like, look at the fucking state of you wearing a full kit or something like that. It's not really for me. I
No,
wouldn't
if you
do
wore
that.
full
I'd
kit,
wear
I'll
names
call
on
you
the
out.
back. No, I'll wear names on the back of my shirt, but like I won't do full kits. I won't do full kits.
I will not say nothing.
Zeno,
to
I did this in 06. This was 06. It was before the whole Anton Ferdinand shit. Like now, I wouldn't get a John Terry shirt, but like before, yeah, I would 100% got a JT shirt. It was fucking John Terry, but things change, innit?
Well,
Is that why he's never gonna manage? He put something on his Instagram like he's never gonna like do football manager.
Hey,
Yeah, do you heard about that? What happened?
I don't know. Maybe he found a role that suits him more or something, or just managing wasn't all it was cracked up to be. I don't know.
I
think
think
he's always known he would never be a coach.
Yeah, forgive the pun. But
Oh yeah, Jonathan, you're in for the home kit lottery as well. So big
By
up
the way,
yourself.
I don't understand. Just let them leave. What do you?
No,
mean?
he's basically saying we're being a bit too judgmental on the topic, which I mean I kind of understand. If people want to wear it, of course, do what you want to do.
you
I'm not
think
saying
that-
you're a dickhead or
Do you
anything.
think
for
that
it.
we're saying either do this or die?
No, but like I guess, like we're kind of taking the piss out. of
Let
people
them
who wear
believe.
full kits. That's,
It's
I
just-
I
oh my
get
God.
both sides.
I put
get
the
both
bag
sides.
over his head and I put him in my trunk of my car.
Jesus.
If you were, what do you mean? Let them leave?
Alex, it's an expression.
I'm not
It's an
stopping him
expression.
from leaving.
Alex, it's an
Leave.
expression.
Alex didn't
I
say he's
think
gonna do
we're
anything
it's just
bad.
like
Someone for wearing a full
Yeah,
kit.
he's gonna take.
Let people be.
He's
That's
gonna
what
take
he
him
said.
home and give him have tea with him.
Oh,
Black
my
bag, black
God.
bag for a forced. For
Like, you
forced
not
tea
owe me
party.
money. I will not. If you owe me money, that's a different story.
Hey, but
Oh,
what
is
happens
that
if
what
they
you're
go
gonna
to
do
a
for
game,
Glasgow
Alex?
then?
Yeah.
Hey, what happens if the full kit is going to the to a game to a foot like
Aye,
a
same,
futsal
bro.
game?
Nothing. I'm not saying
No
nothing.
way, no way.
I'm still
I've
not.
got a
aware of
Hazard
the
shirt,
thing.
I've got AC
I used to
shirt,
see it all the
Lampard
time,
shirt.
but
Look, I'll say if I see somebody like a word with the name, I'm not saying nothing. I just what I'm thinking, but it's not. I'm good. I'm gonna say something. If I will see Arsenal guy with some Arsenal name, then you
If
open.
I see someone with an Arsenal shirt, I'll just laugh at them. Don't even have to have a name on the back.
Yeah, I said I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, I did get a William
up
shirt.
this up till this day, and if I'm still playing over here in that Mexican league we have, up until this day, if I see somebody does too many touches, too many passes, and not shooting and just avoids the does the Barcelona tiki taka shit,
Yeah.
and they not scoring and lose their chance, I'll still say I know why you support Barcelona, and I know why you support Arsenal, like typical Arsenal Barcelona fans. Even when they play
Alex,
it.
a full trash talker on the pitch. I thought you were serious and quiet.
Oh
business.
no! I'm the loudest one, and always. I was always been the one that's saying like he's open. When I'm playing, I'm helping him. I'll yell, "You got a time! You got time! You got to clear it first ball. You have time to turn around." I always been vocal.
Do you
And
play?
people
Do you play from defense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Center back.
You have to shout a lot when you're playing defense. You like call out.
And look, it helps people when you shout. It helps.
Yeah.
It helps them because they don't have ears in the back of their head. They're not that creative. Otherwise, they ain't playing in the Mexican league.
Alex, the worst part about the Mexican leagues are the one when they go crazy after they do a nutmeg, but they still lose the ball. They go so crazy about the nutmeg.
Yeah.
In the
It's
mix,
the worst, dude.
Oh man, I have.
We didn't even get past.
It's growing up, but it's growing up.
Exactly.
Getting nuts is a
That's
big
my
deal.
point. People don't understand it. Like we playing it, like the way we playing some. I used to play 11 versus 11, but I'm too old for this now. But now I'm able to play like 8 versus 8, and the half of the field sideways. So if I'm pushing the guy wide, and I know you can just tell that the guy looks to nutmeg somebody. I will literally, on purpose, will put my foot wide so he will go and get to even wider off the goal, and he thinks that he won. I pushed him wide, but I let my legs spread so he will go between my legs, and he will actually go and make the kind of angle.
Yeah, you bait him.
I baited him, literally.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if on Sunday we lose the Mexican team?
Look at let me tell you, my partner, he's from Hull City. We used to play, and we good as a defenders because if he knows he will challenge the guy, I will make sure that he doesn't pass it. He will let the guy go right beside him so I can read him. It's easy, man. It's easy to play defense with the people that don't know how to play the defenders.
Yeah,
but yeah, anyway.
It's all mad. But yeah, guys, I can't lie. We are going to have to wrap up the stream here as well. I've got to jump out. But big up everyone that's been locked in. It's been another great stream. We might keep the same template as usual because I do know you guys are liking the solo starts. But yeah, we'll be back same time tomorrow. We'll probably keep it at 2:30s. But yeah, big up everyone. Like and subscribe. And yeah, also, again, we'll end on the happy anniversary. So yeah, hold that. Like and subscribe, and as always, up the Chels. See!